Hello, everyone, and welcome to Wraithe, brought to you by Roll for Chaos. It has been some time. It has been an elaborate amount of time, it feels like.
Hasn't any amount of time been some time?
I mean, yes, any amount of time is technically considered some time, but I feel like this was sometime a long time ago.
Many
or something. Many time. Lots of time, out of time. That's what we all are, is out of time, because the game is here.
Hey,
Oh,
you're
we
stealing my
started
character
with
time.
ties.
Well, I'm not gonna have anything to say during the show.
Of course. So
we started. That's why Ty stopped speaking weird. Okay, now I get it.
Yeah, there we what? So we're gonna go around the table here tonight and reintroduce each other to our characters, and then I'll do a short little recap where we were at before getting back to the giant worm. And we'll start at random. Unfortunately, our friend Steven won't be here tonight. He had a lot of other things to do, of course, like just not be friends with us anymore. I mean, that's just what he's chosen.
Yep, it's official. We're cutting off all ties.
But he'll be back next time we play. And from here, we're going to start with Sinan tonight. Sinan, why don't you introduce yourself and who you're playing, and then we'll go from there.
Oh, okay. Hi, I'm Sinan. I play Cal Rhonin, the captain.
That's it. All right.
Aren't you
Anything else?
technically an admiral?
Right, actually, yeah, Admiral. Used to be a captain, now Admiral. So yeah, better respect or whatever.
Of course.
Nah, we're the sparrows. No, we're all equals. Whatever. Admiral, but you know, it's like friendly neighborhood Admiral, not like asshole Admiral.
No, not you. Not at all. And we'll move along from there. We'll go counterclockwise to Strat tonight to start off, to do the second from starting off. Whatever. You know, the thing that happens in the reverse order, but is after one is number two. That's what you are right now, Strat. So why don't you go?
That's what I am apparently at this moment because words are hard to do, it seems. Everybody, let's just stretch a little and be all like, let's get pumped up. And I'm Starfall playing as Nohu, the brave adventurer, who is in a bit of a, well, people will call it like a life or death situation. Nohu just calls it a Thursday morning, really.
Just normal. It's just the way it always is.
Hey, if you're not in the end, by the end of an adventure in the stomach of something big trying to eat you, you're not doing it right.
Of course. Speaking of things trying to eat you, Era, Rob, no.
That's
you
me.
Go. I meant go.
Yeah, no, I did gather that one eventually. No, I am Rob rolling, but tonight, much more importantly, I'm Era, the not really Baji, not really from this time, not really fully here, gifted. Just, you know, trying to not think about the fact that time is broken, but time isn't that broken because the future where we all get eaten by a worm and die, we're right in the middle of that, so everything's back on track. Honestly, this is a huge win for Era, if you ask them, because things were kind of out of whack. Was really unsure if things were going, if like the timeline was messed up, or if they were in the wrong place / time, or both. But now we're about to get digested. Everything's cool.
Back to being digested. Yes.
Phew.
So happy for you.
Thank you. Thank you. That support means a lot because was really worried. Like, can you imagine how bad that would be? Whew, embarrassing. Egg on my face.
Well,
I know, right? Like, we would start like doubting the abilities of our future seer.
I mean, I might be going crazy then.
And you know, we can't have one of those in the sparrows. So
yeah, no crazies in the sparrows. We've ejected half of them, you know, recently. But anyway, we'll move on from there to Birch and Anna.
Hi, I'm Anna. I play Birch, resident plant adjacent being. I think that's what I currently call myself on Twitter. A plant adjacent being. I'm excited. I'm sleepy, but it'll work because if I miss something, Birch probably missed it anyway. I am not excited to be in the worm, despite everyone else's seeming excitement to be in the worm. I am not excited to be in the worm. It's probably gross. It's probably gross in there. I don't know what the inside of a worm smells like, but it's probably not great.
I imagine a mixture of dirt, rocks, mud, and fish.
Oh, actually, so I'm having minus the fish part. Birch is having a great time.
Of course, this is one that lives on a lava planet, so there's probably some weird stuff in there too.
Lava rocks.
All right, from there to Shannon and Nova.
I'm Shannon. I play Nova. I can't wear my wings because they hurt today, so pretend. And I'm playing Nova. I'm also not super stoked to be inside of a worm, but I haven't honestly given her time to process it since it literally just happened. So maybe the possibility is that this will be an enjoyable situation, as she's not alone in the worm, so that's a win for Nova. Yeah, it should it's gonna be fine.
It will be fine. Yeah. So all of you
it
might
probably
be like,
smells like rotten eggs in here a little bit too because sulfur.
Just a little bit.
Basically in Pinocchio, but instead of a whale, it's
That's what I said last time. Yes, absolutely. We're gonna Geppetto it.
Positive spin on this.
Yeah, we're gonna have.
I just keep hearing the new Pinocchio thing though in my head.
Father.
So
yeah. I don't watch that.
Please no. For all of those of you out there that would like to be
We're
caught
not going
up
to charge us a mortgage
to the events of this evening as they begin, we have a group of pirates here who had all tried to find out what had happened to a dearly beloved family member who left them notes saying, "Stay away just in case something horrible might happen. Here's my hat. Chill out, relax, far, far away." And they took that to mean, "Come save me, I need help. Come to where I'm at immediately." And that turned out to be a very, very dangerous world on the edge of melting near the closest path to the suns that are in this solar system, called Zither.
I don't see how any of that sounds like not directly inviting us to go find her.
Here is my hat that I never let go.
Right.
I'm going to immense danger, but relax. Here's my hat that I'll only leave in extreme possibilities. And here are my coordinates. Please don't follow.
I mean,
here's a bunch of breadcrumbs.
I'm sorry for this outdated stereotype, but women, am I right?
Oh, jeez.
Yeah.
There's a bunch of anger happening. Anyway, so following after Alice McCree, the surrogate mother to Cal Rhonin and the adoptive mother to Nova, they ended up on a planet that is typically reserved for research. An ancient civilization used to live there, now trapped beneath the soil and starting to slowly melt away. They went to some coordinates in a location that didn't seem to have been found by anyone else yet, and proceeded to dip beneath the ground after running into both Nohu and whatever his name is, Ayden. So
wow, one day.
Like I said, cutting off all ties. They're dead to us.
So anyway, finding those other crewmates and making their way beneath the soil, they were attempting to follow in the tracks of Alice and have found there are some weird creatures. There's some chimera that seem to have been created by Alice's dad, who goes by the name Patches, mad scientist. Mad scientist is the best way to put it. Someone who's completely batshit insane and constantly likes to experiment on others and make machines out of meat, flesh, and metal, and sometimes plant life, and then send them out to do all kinds of horrific experiments. And oftentimes they just go berserk and start trying to kill everyone, but he doesn't really care. In search of something called the Ikirian Tablet, which might be the greatest weapon ever conceived, according to the research that sent Nohu here from the Empire folk, who just thought to send him on a wild goose chase to find a legend that wasn't supposed to exist, but he ended up out here and is now on the hot on the tails of a a trail of tragedy, I'm sure. Everybody
Somebody should
underground.
just get him an iPad or something.
Era had prophesized that this was the one with the giant worm in it, which turned out to be true. As they were digging through the ground, setting off lots and lots of loud noises, bangs, and whatnot, they attracted some sort of massive creature that was quite hungry, that still survived in these horrible conditions, and has proceeded to eat most of the compound and everybody inside of it, now leading to where we are in this moment. So, without further ado, inside of the Great Worm. So,
The fire
each
verm.
and every
Does
one
anyone
of
have
you...
a good Inside a Worm playlist?
I wish I had time to create an Inside the Worm playlist. So, every one of you happens to have a moment where the world around you explodes upward in violence. The ground tearing and ripping apart, parts of the walls kind of collapsing inward, the ceiling splitting and coming open, and then a weird fleshy undulating that seems to surround you on all sides in a very large shape and form that eventually rises up above you, blots out the light, and then closes until it is nothing but darkness. As you bounce and tumble and wheel, you find yourself deeper and deeper inside of this thing. And as all the light fades from view, you now find yourselves separated from everyone else, unsure of where you are, surrounded by rubble, flesh, and tissue that seems to be moving underneath of your feet and against your sides and your face when you're smushed into the ground, covered in a thick layer of mucus. We now...
Point of order.
Yes.
Just real quick. So specifically, Cal and Nova tried to make sure we even stated it at the end of the episode that we were grasping each other's hands very tightly.
Yes, I remember that.
And so I say we at least have to roll to see if we were separated.
Well, the two of you were together, but the rest of the
Okay.
crew kind of ended up in different places.
Cool. Screw
as
that.
it
It's
is-
fine. I just
yeah.
don't want to be by
I
myself.
don't know. We
Give
were
me-
comforting Ayden real good about him being
Give
really
me-
bad at things.
Give
It's
me
true.
an
There's probably
initiative
embracing and
roll.
hugging happening.
For groups, I'm going to take initiative rolls. Whoever's got the highest in the group is going to be the one that determines what order we go in. So Cal and Nova are together. Nohu and Birch are together. Era is by himself.
Let's go, Nohu.
You have no idea where Ayden is?
You have no idea
No.
where Ayden is.
No.
What is happening to Sanaa?
You know,
I don't
I
even
find it
know.
best not to ask.
Eric is a 19.
We're doing great, Nohu. We're doing great.
Nohu and Birch, 7 and a 2, so the maximum is a 7 there. So you're going on a 7.
Thriving.
And then we
Technically,
need...
the two will go with the critical failure,
Oh, there is a critical failure there.
but you said the higher one goes.
That's true. So it'll be a 2.
True. Good. We're going dead last. They're going 6 turns in front of us. Let's go.
So Nova gets an 8. Cal, what did you get?
Roll initiative.
We are letting
Darling.
them wake up all of the horrible creatures inside the worm so that they attack
24 for
them.
Cal.
There we go. I like that.
So Cal and Nova, you're going to go first. As the undulations slow and seem to cease temporarily, you can feel this throbbing sensation that all around you, this thudding deeply within whatever cavernous entity you have found yourself within. There is fragments of the building all around. You can see what looks like one of the consoles from inside of the facility from where you were at, kind of sparking and sitting there on the floor, sometimes causing flashes of light. Where you swear you see objects on the wall, ceiling, and floor, like moving. The two of you are currently on your butts because you have slipped, fallen, and kind of twisted.
Well, this is a predicament.
So the only light we can really see is the flashing from whatever mechanical station is sparking, or can we see?
It's whatever sparking is causing you to be able to see. That's it. It's very narrow view.
So it's like strobe lighting in here.
like
So we're trying to move.
Pretty sure I think I see that Birch and Nohu in the southwest of ours, but
From your position, it appears that there is a very small amount of light coming from that direction. You can't see them specifically, but you can see that there's light down there somewhere.
I think there's light
Go
there.
towards the light.
Is the walls moving?
Yes.
Pretty sure
Is this?
a
So-
worm.
As you like have your finger up against it for a second, the whole wall kind of goes.
Oh, it's moving.
You poke it a few times. Suddenly,
Why?
a small section of it seems to split and open, and a tendril starts coming out of it at you. You slap it.
Yes. Go
Give me an
ahead.
attack roll.
Ah,
Bad worm.
why can't it just take a normal attack as like a no? You know? Why do I have to roll damage for this? Wait. Well, what do I?
Just roll your agile for the attack.
Bat tendril.
So you smack it, and as you slam your hand across it, it kind of shirks back for a second into the wall with a wet.
What if we like? Which part of the worm do you think we're in?
Probably its stomach-ish tube. I don't actually know the anatomy of giant lava worms.
Maybe if we like, irritate the insides, maybe it'll cough us out. No?
Well,
Like-
maybe.
Scratch it with something.
Maybe we should go towards the light and see if it's our friends before.
Yes, I bet if it's Nohu, he can eat himself out of this, and we
I
can
mean-
follow.
If anyone can irritate it, it would be Nohu.
Right? Yeah.
Yeah. But are you
Hey!
ever going down or up? Because are we going the butt or the which?
Anyone in that direction? Hey!
You start yelling within the interior, and the creature, whatever it is, seems to react to the noise.
Oh, come on, we inside. You can't talk while you disintegrate us.
You see it writhe and twist, and that light starts expanding further away from you as the creature starts undulating.
Up. Also, do you feel like this is what our food feels like when we're talking?
Oh,
Did I understand what the worm said?
You did not.
Do I need to roll? Can I try to understand what the worm
It's
said?
too big for you to actually hear and recognize words.
Okay.
You're not Dory, sorry.
maybe we could record it. Maybe record it with some thingamajig, and like slow it down so it
Or speed it up.
So we'll move-
Yes, that's what I meant. Speed
We'll move
it up.
from there as the two of you kind of consider going back to where you see the light in the distance where your friends might be.
We're probably going that way, actually, while we're
And
talking.
open.
All right, so as you start taking a few steps,
You can
before
do
we move to
multiple
the next
things.
group, give me an agile roll. The floor is slick and covered with something that causes your boots to sizzle.
Okay.
I bet Nohu has a device that could.
Critical failure, Nova.
Hey, let me hold you.
If you're going to accept a critical failure, I'll tell you what that means here in a second.
Well, I mean, I feel like would be slipping, right? Oh, well, you said it's eating through my boots.
Yes.
I don't want assless chaps if I fall on my butt. So maybe. All right, I'll re-roll. Puts me
All
at
right, there goes an ace. Nat 20.
how that then
All right.
start
So-
to fall. Like
So with a nat
Plie.
20, I will give you two options. One is that you will be able to determine what directions you can travel that will actually make progress in here easier. Or you will have secure footing while within the beast. One or the other.
well, I mean, it's a tube, right? So isn't there only two ways to go? Aren't we at a
Not
fitty-fitty?
if its organs kind of twist and writhe inside of its body.
All right, I get. Fine. I will take the direction.
Okay, so you're taking direction. So you get the sensation that if this thing, because you know about direction, becomes too upsetted, its stomach might flip or invert, meaning that the positions that you were in will be in different positions.
What?
The internal organs seem to be able to slip amongst and around each other, attached via strands, almost like strips inside of a meat device.
So what you're saying is this place kind of like moves like a moving maze or something.
Yes.
Yeah.
That sucks. That's disgusting.
A slimy, goopy, acidic, moving maze.
Wouldn't that mean if we like punch a random part, there's an equal amount of chances that we might be hitting a vital organ?
Perhaps. Because here's the thing: if we can get together with everybody and then be like in a circle, and then like we could just hang on to each other, and then we could just start punching and stuff, and scratching.
Thank you,
biting.
Miss Sherry, for this sub bomb.
Thanks, Sherry.
So we will move from there as you catch yourself, and as Cal is able to keep his footing.
Also, with a nat 20, I would like to just be skating. You know, like when you were. You know, you see me in the living room with my socks on the floor.
Yeah,
I just want to do that. Yeah.
Slip slide skating across them. All right, the next one's up at this point in time is Era. Era, we move over to you. So the world goes dark. Everything around you seems to tumble, wheel, and weave, and you don't know which way is up. This is the one where there was no one.
Sure. That's fine. First thing I want to do, Era being a being of quite a lot of Aether, I want to use my happy-go-lucky, and I want to focus, and I want to kind of get an emotional read on this worm. How much intelligence are we working with? What's its kind of general mood? Where's it at right now?
Give me a magical roll and spend 1 overload to accomplish this task, and we'll see how well you do.
Maybe it's a lonely worm.
One is the loneliest worm.
Critical failure. You said 1.
No.
You had to tell your dice what to roll.
Two
all right, that's
cookies
fair.
and
2. All right.
So with a 20, you kind of reach out your senses, and all you feel is hunger, pain, and aggression. Whatever this creature is, it is very unintelligent and is mostly just a being filled with desire for food and survival, and that's it.
Okay. I roll pretty good. Can I figure out where the pain is coming from? Does it feel like it's been wounded?
I'll
or
say
does it
that
have some kind of...
that's your last option with this. Are you sure you want to take that?
Yes.
Okay. Its skin is not fireproof entirely. So it is taking damage just by burrowing. It apparently is an ancient being of some kind that has lived here since before the world was starting to melt.
I should also say that it's probably taking internal damage just from the sheer fire energy that often radiates off of Nohu.
He doesn't have it turned on right now.
Okay, interesting. Got it. Okay, and then I currently see absolutely nothing on the map. Is that
yes, because you
representative?
have no light.
What?
You're just kind of, you feel like you're wedged in something that's squishing around you, and there's these wet slapping noises, and you're kind of hearing a sizzling, and you're smelling the scent of like burning hair, although you don't have any hair. So it's coming from something in your clothing or the items that you currently have. And there's an itchy sensation starting on your skin.
Because I was about to say that luckily I have a ludicrous number of items, but I remember I don't, because when my friends jumped down, my items went with them. So they currently, I believe, still have all my stuff, or do I have my stuff still?
They do have your stuff, yes.
So I don't have a light source. So that's fun for me. Okay. How difficult would it be to just, magic some light?
Well, you've never tried to. You could try to create it using fire. You could try to make it using electricity. Keeping a sustained globe of light is something people out there can do. I mean, luminaires can do that, but that's not something that you are. So you could either try a chaos effect, or you could just try to wield like fire magic or whatnot. Again, probably a chaos effect for you because I don't think you
Yeah.
have. Yeah, you don't have
It's-
anything else that'll help.
I think
with
it's
it.
just chaos for
What could
me.
go wrong?
Yeah.
All right, one application of chaos will give you a small orb that'll create a little bit of light for you. And that's a chaos table roll there, Ara. You ready for this?
Yeah.
Yeah, he says.
Maybe you'll turn the whole worm
All
into
right.
butterflies and we'll be free.
Yeah.
There you are. Give us a chaos roll, and I will decipher that however it turns out. Okay, here we go, everybody. First roll of the night, that is
Fleshy
chaos,
worm.
and it turns
Fleshy
into...
worm.
All targets in the affected area have their legs and arms turned into tentacles instead for the rest of the episode. They gain
No,
plus
no,
2
I'm gonna
agile.
ace that chaos roll. I want something better.
You don't want to
Alright,
be
let's-
covered in tentacles?
Let's get something more
This
fun.
doesn't need to be hentai. We're okay.
The target can no longer consume or drink any object without becoming violently ill for the next 24 hours.
We are a consumed object.
The target, however, is Era in this case.
Yeah, I know. Now, can
Quick,
I?
Era, try and eat the worm. Quick.
Is it possible for me to, gaining this effect, try and spread it to the worm
If you wish to
for more chaos?
use 2 more chaos, you could try to spread it to the worm.
I would love to
Give
do
me
that.
a magical roll and get higher than a natural 15. That is
Okay,
not
ace.
higher than an okay. That is not higher than a natural 15. So it looks
Can I
like-
guide my hand?
Yes, you could attempt.
Great, because that's another wound. And I'm gonna guide my hand.
Oh, you cannot
Um,
use guide my hand when you're over your limit. I'm sorry. That is a rule for that.
That's fair enough. Then I will not do that. This
So it
is
looks like you're rolling on chaos again, but this is a rank 3 chaos.
and on the worm. Great.
And well, around you everywhere, pretty much. So the target has anything they're holding turn into a long sword that still looks like what they were initially holding. Oh God! So
what happens
as you're
as I touch
standing
the
there,
worm?
there's an ace that was provided to you by McSherry. You can give it another try. Or you could ace
Wait,
the-
does the worm
I
turn
want-
into a long?
No,
I
no,
don't
no,
know if I
no.
want it.
The
Well-
worm would turn every object in its inner organs into blades.
Okay.
So we could be swords?
Anything that it would be holding, technically, it's not holding you because you're moving.
Can Nohu and I become Beyblades?
That is still unfortunately not high
Valid
enough, and
question.
you'll have to roll on the table. I will allow you to
You
re-roll
would
on
never
the
see
table.
us again.
Gotcha. Whee!
All right, the target now only consumes blood and grows a proboscis instead of a mouth for the next 24 hours. They cannot speak as normal. They can attack with their mouth as a dagger. Damage rolls. So all they no longer consume flesh, but rather blood. So it needs to dissolve all of you in order
It was
to.
already trying to do that.
Yeah,
but
now
we
it
see
can't-
from the
but now it's-
perspective of the camera. The camera zips out of this thing's mouth, the only entrance that you might have wanted to leave, as it now shrinks down into a pointy needle, a very, very large one, and continues burrowing through the ground. It slows because this becomes a lot harder to do. And
Yeah, because I was gonna ask, how does this thing burrow? Because if it involved the mouth in any way, then it no longer can
So
do that.
it slows down and kind of stops, and you just feel it rumbling as the whole body begins shaking and shifting. You feel it you feel it get more angry, if that's a thing, and its organs twist in consternation, and you find yourself launched to different positions than you were in. Nova and Cal, give me an agile roll if you want to try to keep a hold of one another.
Because obviously we're holding hands while skating.
Yes,
Right.
holding hands while skating. There's an 18 from Cal, 20 from Cal,
I'm scared.
and a 8 from Nova, but that's enough that the two of you travel together if you wish.
I hope so. Yeah, fuck that guy.
I never learned how to skate. This is scary.
It's
No.
one.
Are you holding on to
Two.
Birch before you go flying?
I'm scared.
I don't think so. I mean, not at the moment, considering
Wow,
we
with
haven't even.
Kiara, you'd be gripping on for dear life.
All right,
I
so
mean,
there we are.
technically, we haven't even like acted, so we are still tumbling about.
So I'm going to say that this has made it impossible for you to travel out of this thing's mouth. You will now need to
Yeah.
find another exit.
But
And it is now no longer filled with stomach acid that is starting to dissolve away as it turns into a chemical agent that is designed to take the blood and transport it directly into the being from anything within it. All of this rubble and debris and whatnot is now just kind of laying here and causing indigestion.
It basically has gum in its stomach.
Yeah,
a bunch
it's now
of gum.
a little stopped up, but the slipperiness seems to have faded. However, you feel the walls begin moving more than usual, and we'll see what that means shortly.
Call this win.
So we'll move from there to Nohu
Working
and
is
Birch.
intended.
So Nohu, you were standing there, you were walking around minding your own business, doing your own adventuring, when suddenly everything went black and you teleported to a new location. The ground itself was squishy and wet, and then suddenly became dry. You felt it twist and writhe and kind of grab a hold of you and roll you around in the room like you were in a taco, and then spit you back out where you're now standing like upside down with a horn stuck into the wall a little bit of something wet and warm trickling across your forehead. And yeah, there's all kinds of not great, these little like wiggly things that are like caressing you and like trying to climb onto your skin.
Who says that's not great?
Oh yeah, best place for a vacation, I'm sure. Could I bother you with sharing the map once again, please? I couldn't find myself.
Certainly, there you are.
Oh no, sorry, I can't see anything on the map.
You can't see
Well,
you at all?
Nope, I can't see myself.
For some reason it might have you listed inappropriately. Hold on.
I also can't see myself for what it's worth.
Are you there
Oh
now?
yeah, I can see myself. I can't see anything around me. It's all still pitch black, but I can see my token now. With
No,
that,
All
He
right.
has
Yes,
found
it is pitch
himself.
black. It is pitch black for you, so that's normal.
oh,
You can't-
all right, that's normal.
Without
then.
any light, you can't currently see.
All right, for the time being, I think I'll activate my PDO with his searchlight, a bit of a
All right. To turn on your searchlight.
light that shines in a cone, a range 8.
As you start flashing this around, you see massive
Never mind, turn it back
bone
off. I don't want to see
spurs.
that.
You see slimes and tendrils and tentacles, flesh moving everywhere. And at the bright light and the heat, you see the wall begin undulating and small little pores begin opening. You see tendrils starting to come out of it as well in your direction. Do you do anything?
Well, I gotta stay away from. What's the free space around it? Like, is it possible to move about with my wings flying about?
You've got about 15 feet above you, so you could fly a little bit. But pretty much the wall, ceiling, and floor are all kind of this squiggly meat.
But moving through this meat cavern, would it be possible to do it while flying, or is it just like this
You
chamber?
might suffer for some problems from that. There is a bit of what look like giant villa intestinal, like polyps and whatnot, kind of leaning down and trying to get a hold of you. In the area that you're in, it does look like you'll have to travel up this large tentacle-looking substrate that leads up to where Birch is currently, like, upside down with her head partially buried in whatever it is.
Oh, I can see Birch.
You can see Birch from there, but she's up above you, about 20 feet up.
Oh, great. Then I'll start climbing on her. If grabbing into the meat with my sharp claws, I'm just like making my way up to her.
All right, so you move over to the wall and you dig in your claws. As you do so, you see the wall kind of shudder and move a little bit. And you get a couple of feet up, basically, when one of the walls opens up and something squishes out of it and immediately tries to bite you. Or
Oh, dear.
something. All right, so an attack comes at you. And it gets a 6 to strike. To your 8. You're able to avoid it, but a bunch of little grasping tendrils and this little beaked mouth type thing seem to try to get a hold of you. And they can't yet.
Ugh, nasty, nasty. I'll light myself on fire with my agama, and see if they like to touch practically burning hot stove.
All right, you light yourself on fire. You see the creature kind of shrug and move a little bit in pain. Give me damage roll for your Agama real quick.
Damage roll, damage roll. Oh, here.
Talk about heartburn.
Lighting yourself on fire, causing 5 points of damage. The thing shudders and kind of twists and writhes. Everybody, give me an agile roll to stay in contact with your nearest ally.
I don't have to make that roll.
Nope.
Nerds.
Can this agile roll also be to pull my head out of the meat plant?
Absolutely. So Cal and Nova, this time the two of you get tossed away from one another in different directions. And Nova, from where you're at, a bunch of these polyp things just whoosh out of the wall towards you. Nohu, you get launched back across the room where you slam into the wall. Still burning, of course.
But I didn't even get a roll.
You did not. It was just to see if you were able to hold on to people.
All right.
Birch, with an 18, you're able to extricate yourself. You might have taken some additional damage with the twisting and pulling, but instead you get tossed across the room, again, in a random direction. It looks like you're going straight towards Nohu.
Catch me!
As you go flying through the air towards Nohu and falling down the 20-foot distance, now you have to give me an agile roll to avoid crashing into him, or Nohu, you could try to catch Birch if you'd like.
Well, she just said catch me, so of course I have to try.
As Birch yells catch me and just flies straight in towards the on fire Nohu, go ahead and give me an agile roll from both of you just to see how this turns out.
I don't see how that could go wrong.
I really don't.
Nat 20
Boom.
from Nohu.
Look at the magic.
So Birch, you are gonna fly straight in. Nohu, do we discover that you can control how hot and how cold your fire is within reason when it comes to allies? Or do you just perfectly catch Birch in a way that makes it so that she doesn't get burned this time?
This time, right? No, I'll go with the able to adjust my heat. Yeah.
All right. So on your
No, it was
notes,
a gas stove.
you can turn your heat all the way up to max or down to low, but you'll continue to glow and you'll continue to be on fire while that's active at will. So Birch, you're caught by a flaming Nohu. For some reason, it doesn't burn you.
Fuck.
As you
Appreciate
land,
it.
yeah, it's your turn. What are you doing at the moment, Birch?
I will. Oh, it's really funny because Nohu is tiny. I will take myself from Nohu's grasp. I can see because of the beacon of light that is Nohu in my life.
Yes.
Is Cal too far away for me to be able to see him?
Cal at the moment has to make a roll when it's his turn to not be impaled on one of these interior spikes that he got flown towards.
Fun. Do I
So you
this
see him
little
at the
polyp
moment.
guy?
You see him at the moment, arms pinwheeling as he's flying through the air and is heading towards a spike on a wall.
Nohu, is it too much to ask for you to sprint forward and also catch Cal? I feel like that's probably too much to ask, right?
That is too much to ask. Cal is currently like 90 or that's 40 feet away.
Listen, Nohu is able to control fire and caught me, so I do not know the capabilities that is Nohu. He could be able to sprint that far and catch Cal. That is why I am asking.
He can fly, after all.
He can fly, he can fly, he can fly.
Quite frankly, Nohu's my savior right now, so he's a superhero in my mind. Do I see this little polypy dude right here?
Yes,
Do
you
you see
do.
him?
It's climbing out of the wall and starting to move in your direction.
Gross. I would like to not engage with that and perhaps make my way towards Cal, because I feel like he's going to need some help in just a few minutes.
So to get to him, you have to go up and around this tendril, which is going further up in the room.
Oh,
Or
okay.
you have to climb, which might be harder.
We're gonna try and climb. We're gonna try. We'll try.
All right, so you move over here and give me a strong roll as you attempt to start climbing up the edge of this thing.
Huh.
You get a couple feet up, and then your hands just kind of grip and slide with like slime all over your fingertip. Oh, there's an ace. That's 20. How many 20s is that gonna be tonight?
It's the power of Nohu. The
The
strength
power
of
of
Nohu is
Nohu
coursing
compels
through
you.
my veins.
Okay.
Well, my pupil.
With this 20, do we find that you are an expert climber, giving you +2 to rolls for climbing in the future? Or are you able to seal up one of these holes that another polyp's going to come out temporarily, meaning your allies won't have to deal with a couple more threats soon?
I love the idea that you'd be a climbing plant, like ivy.
That is
or
kind of cute.
Morning
I could
glory.
be just ivy. But I am going to seal up one of these little, mainly out of selfish reasons because I have hit my limit. I'm going to just not want to fight more things. So we're just going to close it. We're going to solder it closed somehow.
As you go to climb up it and you see this like edge starting to open, what does it look like as Birch closes it? How does that happen?
I think just vining plants begin to like just kind of create like a mesh, much like blood clot kind of mesh going on there, creating that little bit of a barrier before these little polyp dudes can come out.
You see them like push on it a little bit and then stop and then sink back into the flesh as you climb up to
And
the
then
top.
she'll boop one corner and just create a cute little rose. Just one. Just as flavor.
All right, little rose. And that would be Birch's turn. Now we go back to the top of the initiative where it is Cal's turn. Cal, pinwheeling end over end, kind of tossed by some of this meat that has become aggravated. You now turn to notice a rather large thorn-like spike that seems to be right in your path. How do you wish to avoid it?
No, that's not happening. It's probably in my mind.
That's how you're going to avoid it, is by thinking hard at it?
It's fine. I'll try to skate my way out of it.
All right, give me an agile roll as you attempt to move
With
aside.
your newly acquired skating skills.
Yeah. I mean, I'm assuming it's not going to go away with me just saying no to it.
No.
My charming's not going to work here, so I guess I'll just agile.
Critical failure.
Yeah, no. No.
Critical failure too. There's an ace granted by Last Coffee Bean to Cal.
Thank you, Last Coffee Bean. Yeah, no. The audience is also
If
saying
you roll
no.
a third nat one, though, you have to take it.
I think that's probably a
You
rule.
have to legally.
That is a 16. This
No.
time, as Cal like spins through the air, one foot hits the edge of the slime nearby, and he just kind of pivots and just twists, and then this spike is just next to him, where he right against the wall.
Ugh. Ow! I avoided that. Really.
Never mind, know who he already failed.
You can see Birch standing on top of this like tendril nearby, and as you look over, you see the arm of something crawl up over the side behind her, where she's not currently looking at it. As
Hey!
let's see where.
Look out! Look at that thing!
As it appears that there's an old remnant chimera, not that one, coming up the side of the wall.
That was very large.
Yeah, that one's not here yet. Anyway, this one is right behind you. So one of these just starts up, a little bit haggard, a little bit damaged, but also swallowed.
Can I immediately try to shoot it to
Absolutely.
so it doesn't eat one of my fellow sparrows?
LCB gives an ace to Birch. Thank you, sir. All right, give me an attack roll with your gun. Bang! Let's see if it's able to get away. It rolls to defend itself and gets a 12 because of its injuries. You are able to hit. And you strike this thing in the left arm.
Damage.
Yes, roll damage. Bang! 12 points of damage. This thing gets blasted. You see a whole fragment of it just kind of shatter and fall off. It squeals and squeaks before tumbling back down below into the darkness where you can't see it at the moment.
Oh. Look out! This seems to be this thing is eating the enemies too. Damn. So there's more plants in here. Oh, that sucks.
I'm sorry, what did you say about plants?
Meat plants, not you. The bad plants. Like, not the kind of plants you and I both like.
I'm just saying that you should not speak ill of any kind of plant matter.
I have my captain's cabin is an entire green room. I love plants, just not the ones that try to eat you.
So the ones you can submit to your will, huh?
As
Right.
you see There's Nohu in the
Damn
distance.
straight, Nohu!
Yes! They're plants!
All right, Nova, you are up
For
at
you,
this point.
we'll debate the ethics of this layout. My God, now my plants are speaking to me. Oh, shit.
So Nova, from where you're at,
Lies.
you see two large polypy things just kind of out of the wall and turn towards you.
I don't understand how polyps are trying to get us. Polyps are just like little
Fleshy nodules, yeah.
fleshy nodules. What, are
These
they
ones
trying to
have beaks
bop
and
us?
tentacles.
That's not how polyps work.
They are in this creature.
I don't like it. Can I see anybody?
Just them, and you can see light coming from around the corner. This whole section over here is kind of blocked off to your view. You can hear Cal yelling down in this direction, but there's things
Just
in the way to
yelling
keep you from seeing.
insensitive generalizations about plants.
Yes,
That's all.
exactly. There was some gunshots that had gone off, and you can actually sort of see a dark figure that's highlit by light from behind them of Birch in the distance. You're pretty sure that's who she is, but you can't quite see her. But
I look really cool.
So would through the looking glass work in a worm gut?
don't know. The last place you were at didn't allow you to move through the Eternal Realm, but then again, you're not inside the compound anymore.
Plus, it's So you don't know.
You don't know.
Oh.
I didn't say I don't
This
know.
is different. You did too.
No, I said you don't know.
Your face doesn't know. Okay, I'm gonna try that. I'm gonna try to just flop away from these weird beaked polyps towards Cal.
So you're gonna try to get over to Cal. What's the range on that? Is 8, I believe, or is it 12?
12.
12. So yes, you could make it over right next to Cal, or you could go beyond him on top of the large tendril.
Why would I do that?
I don't know. Is that something you want to do?
Can I see the is the tendril doing anything bad to anybody?
Not at the moment.
What? I can't just it's gotta be doing it could be the nice tentacle. I don't wanna could kill the nice tentacle. What if it's the tentacle trying to convince the other tentacles that we shouldn't actually even be eaten, and then I kill that one?
Worm's heart of gold.
LCV
It could be.
just gave Star an ace for the experiment.
All right. It's making me nervouser.
Nervous.
Okay, I'm gonna right next to Cal, not on a tentacle.
Okay, so you open up a portal to the Eternal Realm temporarily, creating a wormhole between the two locations. Give me a high or low roll.
And it hi?
Hi, she says. Okay. For a split second as you open it, you see some sort of huge creature on the other side in the Eternal Realm that gets cut off from you finishing the technique, which doesn't keep an open portal to the Eternal Realm, but something strong enough that might have escaped had that been left open a little too long.
So I didn't move?
Not yet, but you can step through your portal now. I'm just saying that your skill tethers 2 points using the Eternal Realm. If it had been open longer, rather than just being those 2 points, something might have made it out.
Did Nova open the door on an eternal pooping and it just quickly shut the door again? Is
Kind
that
of
what
like
I'm
that.
hearing?
Kind of like that, yeah.
Okay. I mean, it happens.
All right,
It's
but
been
you can
embarrassing
see
for both parties.
You can see now Cal standing in front of you as you have your portal open, so you can step through that.
I do.
Do you leave it open or do you close it?
I leave it open.
All right, it's still open. And that
Hi.
is
Why did you go over here, and what's going on, and why are you saying insensitive things about plants, Cal?
What? What mean insensitive?
You're being overly general again, and that gets you into trouble.
How many? Oh my God! I just saved the plant. I'm just talking about not wanting to meet plants in here, and everyone makes it a whole other deal because that lizard thing. I mean, that kobold Not gonna go improvising and making saying shit. That Nohu's just trying to make me look bad. I don't know why. He thinks I want him dead when I don't. I love Nohu. Just occasionally say things because I'm trying to make us survive. God damn it. Oh God, I'm becoming Caleb. I'm becoming a grouchy old fella. Ah, shit.
Maybe you've been hanging around with your uncle too long.
Can we just try to get out of here and then we can talk about plants ethics later? Oi.
So we now move to Era, still in the dark. In the distance, you can see light, like it's a big beam of light that keeps moving around, because even though this shows an AoE radius, there is no way to do a cone of light in this game at the moment, or in this engine. So it is Nohu sweeping around a very high-powered flashlight, basically.
The eagle-eyed might have noticed me kind of laugh pretty hard about something. So, last round was a whole lot of fun chaos because I wanted to make a light. I forgot that one of my core abilities, level 1 abilities, is to be able to take on Eternalize that don't rely on light.
That's true.
So, if it's okay, I would like to first use my ability that gives me a little bit of overload dispersal and then activate that. I know that if we were in combat, we couldn't do that.
Yes, since we're not technically in combat at the moment, although we might be starting soon.
Yeah, that's fine.
I will give you that as an option. So then you turn on Eternalize. What is the range on Eternalize again?
So I can see +2, so 6. I can see 30 feet in any direction.
All right, 1 second here while we add that to your token.
Just all that chaos, all that overload, and I had an ability I could just activate.
Of course, and there you are. You now have your vision.
So, incredible.
You see undulating materials and things. There's these large, stretched out tendrils of something goopy and viscous. And then nearby you, there is a huge shape that is just...
I don't see anything yet.
You should see something. You click on your token, you don't see anything at all?
That'd be great if I could see a token. There's just blackness.
There is obviously an issue with the save, since there was probably an update. So all of you seem to be having problems seeing your tokens. Or most of you do. Some of you do. Some of you do.
I'm just ammo problem. I understand.
All right.
Well, I will just say, no.
You still don't see a token?
I don't see anything.
I just shared you, Era. Look, like zoom out as far as you can.
I'm doing my best.
I had to, Rob. I had to completely exit out of the map and go back.
All right, I'm back. I can see.
You see you now? There we go.
Yep. We're back. So what direction is the light going generally, would you say?
Which light?
The Nohu one that keeps flying all over the place.
It is south of you, kind of waving around up against the ceiling and the floor and the walls, if you want to call them that. It's hard to tell, because at every moment, gravity seems to shift slightly in different directions.
I'm just going to do that.
Right. You start walking in that direction, and you make it here as you're traveling when all of these barbed bits of it kind of twist and try to poke into you. Give me a defense roll, please.
Yeah.
Whatever these large things are, they get a 16 to strike you.
Oh, looks like I'm gonna get struck, doesn't it?
As it strikes you, these large barbed objects, now infused with magic, as they stab into you, pulsate once, and your blood goes into them. You take 4 wounds.
Oh. Oh. Oh, I see.
As in wounds.
Yeah, I'm sorry, did you say wounds?
I said wounds.
4 of those?
I said wounds. As Era is punctured by these things, suddenly your internal organs and your blood and everything that's within you kind of slurps out, and you feel hollow, and your skin like gets pulled against your face.
Totally. Great. Ty, this is an ability that you have complete control of, but I want to remind you that Ephemeral Backhand is a thing that you can activate whenever you would like.
That's true. Suddenly, I'm gonna allow you, because this is in this moment. remember that it uses an overload, so
Uh-huh.
that will put you at your limit.
Again, I have no control over when this activates. You tell me if whatever my patron is would activate it at this moment, and I will go from 8 out of 9 overload to 9 out of 9 overload.
Suddenly, whack! This magical hand comes out and tries to shove all these spines out of the way. Go ahead and give me an attack roll.
Yeah. It's now
Should be on the ephemeral backhand ability
yes.
itself.
Do my wounds
No.
still give the minus? Okay.
No.
So I'm gonna adjust because it's gonna.
You shouldn't have
'cause
to from the abilities tab.
No, great.
Yeah.
That's funky and fresh.
So
It
there
did
we are.
great.
21. That is most likely going to hit. Yeah. So it's max. Give me a damage roll.
So it's gonna be a very 9. Oh, it didn't roll in the box. Weird. All right, let's try that one more time. There we go.
There it goes. There's 12 points of damage. There's a crunch as one of these like barb things shatter, and you see your own viscera kind of flying all over the room,
Ooh.
spraying everywhere. And they all kind of jerk back away from you. No longer stabbed into your body at the moment, but you don't know how long you have before this kind of thing might come back on
Pendants, stay out.
you. You can now move the rest of your movement because of that, so that's 3 more move away,
Great.
which would put you over here. As you kind of wobble forward, you notice that you have to go this way to get around, and there's a whole bunch more of these in the way, and they are all moving nearby.
Understood. We're gonna stay as far away and not move a single inch closer to any of them, for sure.
So next up, I gotta pull up the right screen. There we go. It is now Birch's turn.
Did I hear any of the cluster that was happening over there with Era?
Hold on, I got messed up here.
I was
There it
not
is.
silent about how much pain I'm in.
2, 2. Yeah, that's Birch. So you heard screaming in the distance, but over the thudding of whatever creature you're within, the undulating, slippery, wet noises, all the grinding of stone and whatnot on the outside, and then the people talking nearby. It's hard to hear, so give me an aware roll. Let's see if you recognize that as Era and where they might be.
Come on, brain. Think of things. Come on, brain.
That is 14. With that roll, you do get the sound of... Oh, that sounds like Era being drained like a Slurpee.
Juice box. Era?
Not for much longer, but hi.
I'm gonna go in that direction.
All right, give me your movement.
I don't know what the pathing is in this.
You can go
beast.
between all these barbed things, and each one of
So,
them
like-
is a route between.
So, like here?
Yep. As you travel
Cool.
between those, you see them twist and writhe and snap down at you. Give me a
Great.
defense roll.
That was weird.
It gets a 19 to strike you.
Excuse? That was fucking.
You got a 12. And you are stabbed by these things as they both just
Why
kind
was-
of into you. They
Do I
deal...
still have the 2 distractions from the high-pitched ringing that was in my head?
No, that's gone now.
Oh, well, cool.
Your left leg is hit and your head is hit. Your
Oh,
left
fun.
leg takes 1 point of damage, and your head takes a resounding 6. As it just kind of
That's
bing. You can use ping for that though.
Okay, I do have 2 pings, so I will use.
Sorry,
So-
I'm not understanding why is Birch receiving damage while Era took like wounds from
That's an
attack?
interesting question.
I think you're hit by different things.
So, as Cal and Nova are standing there, and Birch gets slammed by these large metal spikes, bone spikes or burrs, whatever you want to call them, and they smash in. You see them pulse once, and nothing seems to happen. As you see bits of metal underneath Birch's leg, and as part of like the head just gets hit, you see metal fly off. Murder hobos and chocobros! Hey, thank you for the raid. Go ahead and shout out to the channel. Do it,
We're
do
in
it, yeah.
danger.
But yes, Yes, there is a reason why Nohu, but it is yeah. So it's Nohu's turn now.
Wait, Ty, remind me how ping works again? Brain not working.
Just remove one. It takes away one hit from certain things.
Gotcha.
So whatever you had that was providing the ping has shattered now and is gone. In this case, I think you had
That's some shitty armor.
Yeah, shitty armor that gave you some ping. So that the little bits that you had still over your head have shattered, and one of your goggles is now cracked on the glass on the other side.
The other one?
The other side.
Not the other one.
So
Not
that was just
my
your movement. So
bloodline.
you do have one standard action remaining, Birch. What do you wish to do in this point? You can see there are these little things coming out of the walls, and you can see Era off in the distance, kind of small and hunched over, while he's got a bunch of these like bone barbed things coming at him too.
Small hunched over friend.
You gonna keep moving towards him?
Yeah.
You'll have to go. You can try to go up and over that way, or you can go this way and around.
I've learned I'm great at climbing, even though I didn't take that once. I'm gonna climb again.
All right, give me a climbing roll. So strong.
Great at climbing.
Nice. You are good at climbing. You begin climbing up the side here, and the barbs that are pointed in your direction both kind of twist and launch themselves at you again.
Cool.
They get a 8 to hit you this time. And you get a
No.
nat 20.
No.
All right. Do you wish to not only protect yourself from being struck by these things, but A, learn a secret about them, or B, gain additional defense when attacked by creatures inside this worm in the future? So +2 to all defense rolls against any creature that is within this worm.
I want to know about them. What are their hopes and dreams? What are their deepest desires?
So the information that you have learned about these barbed things is that they seem to be attracted to motion. One, that's why they're triggering, and they have a reset period. So once they have fired, it will be a while before they can do so again.
Everyone stand still and do absolutely nothing.
That's going to give them time to recharge, though.
You said they were triggered by motion. Birch does not make these high-level associations here.
Birch just
No
says,
one-
stand still.
No
completely.
one walk.
All
If
right.
we just stand here forever, there's no problems.
Nohu, it is your turn.
Standing still. You're a genius! And then I'll use my electrical output, elemental output, to send a surge of electricity straight into the meat-like muscle that seems to be connected to all of these like claws-like things, and probably try to make them numb and stop. But if it's possible to like slow them down, or mess them up with their reaction.
Go ahead and give me an attack roll with your device, and we'll see what happens.
Sorry, my fantasy ground is like not responding at the moment.
Dang
It's
it.
been happening. It happened a couple of times before. Could you do the roll for me? Sorry,
Certainly.
I'm going to.
All right, so elemental
Reset it.
output. Your roll comes out to be a 13. Are you okay with that?
13. Ace it.
Aced. All right, rolling again. This time, you get a 13.
Hey, lucky 13s.
All right,
Let's
so
go with that.
you're able to hit and will cause some damage. So I'll go ahead and roll the elemental output damage for you. If you need to disconnect or reconnect the fantasy grounds, go ahead and do
Yeah.
that. 14 points. 14 is a pretty significant, not an insignificant amount. Suddenly the muscle tissue spasms and the nerve endings that are there all start wiggling around and whatnot. And the creature itself just kind of... Everybody roll to retain your position with allies as it starts to toss you around its inner organs again.
So I don't have to roll again.
No, but you are going to need to roll to avoid spikes.
Good.
Birch gets a critical failure.
Fantasy Grounds was on my side. It started crashing as soon as I tried to do that. I don't have to.
What is
All right.
going on with the crashing?
I don't know. Probably the most recent update is just having an issue.
Most likely. There's been some interesting issues that have occurred tonight. So far, the tokens have not shown up for people when they should have, and now people can't make rolls. I am disappointed. Normally, Fantasy Grounds works very well for us, but, yes, disappointed. Okay, so Nova with a 13, Cal with a 15. The two of you can remain together as you get launched.
Do you need a roll for Nohu? I'm logging now.
Yes, we'll do that here in one moment. The two of you are launched.
Can I turn into a ferret and then get on to Cal's shoulders?
Yes, you can use an ability to do that, but I think your ability is non-reflexive. Is it reflexive? Let's see. Familiar form. It is reflexive. Yes. So suddenly, Nova just into a small furry creature bearing a shock of, hair that is very brightly colored, and then wraps around your throat, sort of. So a small creature, like, totally just starts to wrap around your throat, Cal. How do you react to that?
What? What? No, get it off me!
Then you see now.
I was gonna tell you, I just haven't. It was gonna be a surprise, but I'd rather hang out here. Thank you.
And you see her like move around and speak to you with Nova's voice as a small creature. Eric gets a 5. Oh.
Just go with it.
Man, having so many wounds sure does not great things.
All right, so the roll for Nohu.
Oh, I'll do it now.
Oh, you can. Go for it. You probably don't want a 2.
Yeah. Agile, right?
Yes. Much better.
Yeah, much better.
14. So with a 14, Nohu, you are launched. Looks like this direction. You kind of slam up against the side of the large shape that's undulating around and that you've used as a hillside.
Undulating.
And
tonight's word of the day is undulate.
Birch are almost times used like you, and now I'm just kind of numb to the word.
Birch has gotten a 20 and is capable of landing without injury in this cone of area. Where do you wish to land, Birch? There's spikes all in that direction, no matter
about
what.
that far, so I'm not far away from
right.
Era.
You've grabbed onto one of the spikes themselves and just used it to kind of swing to a stop. You feel the thing kind of twitching and pulling back like it's getting ready to spring and just fire out. Era, you rolled very poorly. If I roll a 3, 4, 5, or a 6, or a 9, you are going to have to get injured again. That is a 6.
So what I'm hearing is I should probably use my virtue to try and reroll that.
Yes, that would probably be a good idea.
Endurance! Endure!
Oh, 0. There's an ace.
This is my last ace. Last trick up her sleeve. All right.
0.
Hey.
Okay.
5 wounds. Not great.
Here it goes. You go flying down in this direction.
Whee!
Why are you doing this to me, thing? There we go. Rob has gotten 3 aces from Barty.
And you know what? Barty, you're the best, but I might use all of them.
Here we go again.
Trying to avoid this. We'll see. Oh!
There's a 12! Oh. With a 12, I will give you 1 additional roll to avoid the spring-loaded harm.
McSherry also gave him a...
And there's an ace from McSherry. The opponent gets a 6 to strike you, Era. Give me a defense roll greater than a 6 to avoid getting impaled.
Well, considering we're at a -4, that's not an easy task.
That is a 4.
Right. Ace number 3.
That is a 5.
All right.
That's a critical failure.
Okay, last ace.
That
was a natural 20. I'm so bad at things, and then having 5 wounds makes me terrible. It's okay. I have some amount of health.
What's your character gonna be?
Well, that's a great question. What you got for me, Ty?
So, in this moment, it does look like you don't have any other options available.
I'm also at max limit, and with the new system, if I use an ability, I kill myself. So
I will now be rolling to see what sort of damage happens to Era.
Woo!
Era takes
Say it so gleefully.
2 wounds as this thing slams into his chest and
I'm
just
dead.
drains the blood from him. You're not
That's
dead.
it?
You're
I'm
now
at-
in the
oh,
dying
I'm at
state.
7. I'm at 7 out of 6 wounds.
Yes, you are now in the
Okay.
dying state. So we have never reached this position with a character
That's
other than
true.
Clay before, I suppose. So all of
And
your
look what
characters.
that
That's
turned
different.
out.
And we've
Yeah.
also reached this
Cursed,
with
damn it.
Keta last season. So, you know, it's again, seems to be Rob's purview
Through
of
lines.
dying.
Through lines. All right. Don't.
With this as it is, your character has a short period of time for someone to stabilize them, or you will just
Got another
die.
ace from last coffee bean.
LCB gave you another ace. You could do another roll.
So if we want bits, we just need to put Rob in danger.
Holy shit, he got it! He got it! So, in a split moment of life or death era, this barb just goes right past your face, leaves a large furrow across your nose and your forehead, and then you just kind of hit the ground as it just barely misses, and you're shaking, knowing that that would have just murdered you.
Ooh. Oh. I don't think this is one of the ones I make it out. Just having one of those feelings.
And, yeah, Nohu, that was your turn. So...
That was one action. And did that consume my whole turn?
Yes, being flung around, you had to kind of reposition and whatnot. So that was your
Alright,
turn.
alright.
So at
Honestly,
this
I
moment,
forgot this was all Nohu's fault.
Wait, technically, Nohu didn't turn this worm into
No,
a
technically,
blood-sucking.
my chaos, which again wasn't necessary, I and therefore Era forgot that they could just see in the dark magically, made it so that they are doing wounds instead of damage.
Look, Era may have set up the bear trap, but Nohu was the one that pushed him into it.
Nohu literally electrified the bear trap.
That's true. So one of those polyps finds its way up out of the wall, and then on this large stalk that seems to endlessly extend from the hole that it has created, now makes its way over towards Nohu, where it tries to grab a hold of you with those little fleshy bits around the edge of what it
No,
could
my best
only be
friend.
its maw, and tries to grab and bite you.
Oh no, hopefully it doesn't set itself on fire or something if I fail.
It does get a 20. So it is going to hit you, and then it's going to burn.
It is, but it's pretty high. Yeah, I'll leave it like that.
All right, the creature lunges at you off of this tendril stalk that's coming out of its backside. And as it lunges forward, it grabs a hold of your horns and part of your face, and then it bites into your nose, right at the bridge of your nose, hitting you in the head. Then it deals
Not the Nohu snoot.
6 damage to you.
6 damage.
Yes.
Got it. Ow. Ow. Huh.
And then you need to roll for damage to burn it, because it's now touching you.
1 second. Oh, here it is.
I mean, Rob, you did create a garbage gremlin. You did totally. The creature lets go of you and kind of pulls back as some of the tendrils burn on it. Quite seriously. The other ones suddenly come rushing over through the room. One of them gets near Birch. As it comes over towards you, you see it just move in your direction, and its tendrils come out and kind of move in the air like an ant sensing things. And then it turns and moves away from you.
Bad.
One of the other ones starts heading up the wall and going towards where Cal and Nova are, but doesn't get there yet, as it is now Cal's turn. You see Era far off in the distance, howling in pain and slamming into things.
Oof. Well, and I have an animal on me
You do, it's a ferret.
that speaks as Nova.
Yep, and has Nova's hair.
Just grab onto my hat and let's just try to go in that direction.
Alright, where do you go to?
I'm gonna try to get to Era.
Alright, so you can move down here and then up and around towards him. I think use 2 actions, you can almost get to him.
Shannon, can you do me a favor? Bake that puppet a little pink wig. like a full Nova pink
A
wig,
pink wig?
that would be.
I have a bunch more of these extensions, but I only had 2 hanging out right
You
here.
know what? I don't like
It's incredible.
the sound of
I'm
my
with
crewmate in pain. So I'm my protective side kicks in, and I'm gonna do the looking big to try to get there as fast as possible.
All right. Turning on looking big, you get stronger.
No
And-
worm's gonna kill no sparrow. Ah!
So you have +3 strong, tough, and
I
agile.
would make a bigger war cry, but I got.
That's
names.
objectively untrue in some scenarios.
Shut up, you! Don't make me not save you.
Give me a D4 roll to see how long this lasts for you.
How much was it?
It's a D4 +1, and that many rounds is how long it'll last. And you've got 3 rounds.
Plus how much?
What?
Plus 2 plus 4 rounds.
No, it's 2 + 1, so it's 3 rounds total.
All right.
So this
wait,
counts as the first round, and then you have 2 more
Wait,
rounds.
but by reputation, by 1 round, 4 reputation. Doesn't that add 1 more?
Oh, you are right. It does go up by 1. At reputation
yeah.
4.
Don't try
So
to
you're
mess
at
with
4.
me.
4 rounds.
That's enough. I'm gonna try to jump there as fast as I can.
4. There we go. I've got your effect on at this moment. So you turn that on, and then you start running over in that direction.
Yeah, and trying to charge through whatever is in my way, and maybe like even hold on to those tusks to throw to launch myself more forward.
So as you rush forward and you pass the weird thing on the stalk, it tries to grab a hold of you. Give me a defense roll.
Ah!
You slap it again.
Slap it again, but this time I'm even stronger.
This one got 3 to strike you.
Well,
And you got 3. Excuse me, got 10 to strike you. You got a 7.
oh come on, you said
plus-
3.
Hold on. Did you add your +3 to that already for the?
No, I didn't have +3.
So 10 to 10, you still win. So
Yeah.
you slap it and it just kind
So
of
I
backs
rolled
off.
10 to say fuck you to it.
Yep.
Now-
And then you now need to make a tough roll as a barb comes near. As you go near one of these large barbed spikes, and it tries to pierce you, and you grab it to use it as kind of a slingshot.
+3. All right, let's do this. Strong, you said, or tough?
Strong.
Oh. Boom!
Boom! There you go. 22. You're able to see this thing comes bouncing towards you, tries to stab you in the chest. You grab a hold of it and use its momentum to shove yourself forward, launching you a little bit of a distance ahead with Nova still on your shoulder. So, popping around the corner, you can now see Era laying with a bunch of these barbed spike things stabbing all around him, looking very pale. If you could, Era's gone beyond green to straight up urine colored. His skin is saggy and kind of prune like all over his body.
How the hell did you manage that? Just come here.
And it's Nova's turn.
I thought you were supposed to see the future. Couldn't you see this one?
I didn't know it's this one.
My God, expect the worst, why don't you? Oh.
All right, so Nova, what are you up to?
I have no way of healing anyone.
You
But
don't
I
have,
was.
you
Huh?
don't kiss it better anymore?
No, because I thought it was a redundant trait to have if we already had a healer.
Right, Birch.
Yes. I wonder though, would my little door, my little door from, whatever, would it penetrate through, say, the side of a worm from inside?
If you attempt to put it outside of the worm, all that's outside of the worm is dirt. So there would just be a wall on the other side of your door.
What if?
Immediately behind the worm, there at least has to be briefly an open space.
She'd have to
Right,
be
and
close
what
enough
if
to
the
wherever the
worm-
rear was. You haven't figured out where that is yet.
Except for I did get a natural 20. My ear just fell off, but I got a natural 20
When
with that
navigating
whole
through this
that I
creature,
can
yes.
navigate and know which direction is which and which way was what.
It's true. You do feel like you were heading towards its front rather than its back.
Well, still, wouldn't if I put like a hole in it, still have a hole from the inside to the outside of something, which generally.
Well, I mean, if you had a hole in the center of your stomach to someplace outside of your stomach,
It's
You
called
could
an
have,
ulcer
like-
and it hurts real bad.
well, no, but that's if you have a hole in the lining of your stomach. Because you already have holes from the inside of your stomach to the outside. They're called your butt and your mouth. They already exist.
It's a little more complicated than that.
Not exactly. You birch, you
There's
birch.
sphincters.
Whatever you birch, you know, that's air coming out of
There's
your belly.
sphincters involved.
There are sphincters involved. That's to keep everything in
Right.
that you eat.
But if you just had a hole,
Then
instead
things
of
would just
tubes
fall
and
out of you.
sphincters-
So if you ate it, it would just fall out. Except that there would have to be clear space on the other side of it to fall out. If you had a plug in
What
the
are
other
we-
side
what are
of
we
your...
talking about anymore? I'm getting lost in
Pretty
sphincters.
gaslit now.
I don't understand. What are we doing? I believe in you. I think just do it.
I
and
just
we'll
don't know what I'm doing anymore. I'm just. This is
You
an
could look
otter. I
around.
don't have a ferret, but. Huh?
You could look around. Maybe try to do a little...
All right, I'm gonna look around.
Now, do you wish to move to a position to give you a better view of the surroundings, or are you going
Top
to
of
do
the
it
hat.
from...
Yeah,
From
I'm
Cal's
right on
body.
the top of Cal's hat,
Alright, give me an aware roll.
like right there. Perfect. Okay. Would whatever animal I'm doing qualify as I'm supposed to be able to pick what statistic goes up by 2 based on the animal?
Yeah, I would say that in the case of the animal, you could either choose for ferret, agile, or awareness, one or the other.
Well, let's do awareness since that's the role I'm doing currently.
Okay. So you climb up upon the hat, and with a 13 awareness, you'll have
That'd be a 15.
some hints. With a 15, I can tell you either something out of the ordinary that you see, or a possible weakness to the creature that you can see. One or
What
the
I'm
other.
saying is okay, because I did get a 15 because that's
Yes.
+2 because of the. Okay.
That's what I'm giving you. At the 15.
So I can either a weakness to the creature or what?
Or an anomaly, something out of place that maybe shouldn't be there.
There's a pea-colored goblin.
I feel like the entirety of the worm is an anomaly, so I feel like
Ah. But is it an anomaly within an anomaly? An anomalous
shit.
anomaly?
Mana.
Shannon.
Mana.
I just want to see. I don't know. I don't even know if there, so. Is there an anomaly? I don't know. I just want to see. I want a preliminary choice. Don't give me a choice here. I just want to see what the fuck is going on, and I want to see it well. That's
Which
what I
one do you want? The anomaly or the weakness?
The weakness.
The weakness. Okay. From your position on top of his hat, you can tell that to your east, your right, where you're standing, is a heart of some kind. Something that keeps this thing moving.
Just pop up to Cal's head. Hey, Cal!
And over your hat, just suddenly there's a ferret head.
The heart's over there.
Which way?
Little ferret hand.
And then the ferret, like,
Nope.
licks your nose.
That's super cute. But which way is the heart? But also, we need to first say
I
that.
put it
was-
with
That
my
is
little
so cute. I'm so
paw.
glad that's one of the last things I see in this version. Oh.
I don't have any way to help
She
you.
points with a little paw over towards where she believes the heart to be.
Is it like right next to me?
It's like 10 feet, 20 feet away.
All right. Is it in the direction of error?
No.
Where's Birch?
I am well equipped to provide medical assistance, but I cannot get rid of wounds. I am not strong enough.
You can with chaos.
That's fair.
Well, any of us technically could with chaos.
Not as easily as Birch.
Fair.
Well, on me, I got healing
I
things.
think he's
You
life.
can heal. You can't take away wounds with yours either without chaos.
Yeah, chaos. Yeah, fine, whatever.
Yeah.
Can I aim at the heart while I try to save Error?
You could try to shoot it, but it's a bit of a tricky shot without going into a different chamber.
Well, first Error, then the heart.
Okay.
And Error!
Nova, is there
Pay
anything-
attention to the worst possibilities. Those are the ones you need to look out for.
Oh, we're all gonna die.
Negative person. Yeah, I feel
Great
like that's
job.
actually a really horrible idea because it's gonna make them really sad.
He's gonna suck on all our blood, and we're all gonna die.
Okay.
Happy things. What's the best possible scenario?
No. What's the best possible worst scenario? Like the worst
I
one
can't say
where we don't all
I
die.
get to see Nova turn into a cute ferret, and then I die. That's pretty good.
So Nova, is there anything else you do for your action? You have one action left. You could move, you could do something else.
I can hold my turn.
Yes, you can. Era,
Do that.
we're over to
Guess I'll
you.
hang
You're
out.
on your back, and there are these large barbs that are slowly going backwards, getting ready to slam down on you again. I mean, there's not much left for them
They
to
have
have.
a reset
Yeah.
period. You have anywhere from like a couple seconds to a couple minutes till it's gonna hurt you again.
That's so helpful.
Great.
I'm
Yeah.
just saying, like, you have a little bit of time to gather the
I
strength
want to
to
just
roll
like.
slightly to the right.
I just want just like the most scolded like tiny dog scurrying between Birch's legs, like just like.
So you go rushing. You got to give me a strong roll to go up over the lip of this because it's a little high, and then
Oh,
you slide
that's not
back down.
gonna work.
Give me your strong roll.
Sarah.
Oh,
Ah,
and
but
my fantasy grounds needs to reset.
What is going on?
Here, Ty, make the roll for me. It's at
All
a
right.
-7, so.
Sarah's roll for strong. And he gets a -4.
Yeah.
So Era starts
Okay, so I
traveling
can't.
up the wall. That's one. That's only one action. And you slowly
Okay,
like
great.
limp back down to the bottom. If you could just throw yourself somehow.
Okay. Oh no, I can't do that. All right, I'll try one more time.
You slap yourself and you die. This is
Yeah,
the final.
I slap
All right.
myself, and I here's like something crack. I'm like,
Era tries again and gets a 12 this time.
Whoa!
He's
Era.
rolling a 19, and this time just pulls himself up with all the
-10.
willpower that Era has before sliding down the other side and coming to rest like on his back, just clunk, 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 clunk,
Ugh,
next to Birch.
that's the hardest thing I've ever had to do.
It looked very difficult. You were making it look very laborious.
Birch, it is your turn.
I have some blood.
Okay. I guess I'm gonna pump in some chaos.
All right, so you're gonna use some magic using Look Into My Eyes and use chaos
Yep.
to try to heal wounds.
You know, this I don't know if this is a flash forward or a memory, but I'm ready for this one to be over. You know.
So Birch, with one application of chaos, you can heal up to 1 wound. With 2 applications of chaos, up to a D4 plus 1 wound. And with 3 applications of chaos, up to a D8 plus 1 wounds.
We're gonna.
2? All right, 2 applications. Give us a magical roll. Get higher than a 10 to avoid chaos and potentially killing Era. Nat 20! Birch, in this
It should
moment,
technically be -3 though. But
it's,
yeah,
it's still a nat 20. So with a nat 20, do we find out that you gain benefits when attempting to press healing magic beyond its limits, giving you a -1 to your permanent roll overs for chaos effects regarding healing magic. So it would be 4, 8, 12, yes. Right? Yes, 4, 8, 12. Instead of the 5, 10, 15 in the future. And the other option is you fully heal Era right now.
No,
I'm not gonna be that helpful if I fully healed anyway. Just take the.
Yeah, I was
just
gonna
the-
say, I think I get benefits when I press my magic luck.
All right, so -1 to the base roll targets for chaos rolls involving healing. That's what you have now. And give me a d4 + 1 to heal Era and see how many wounds you remove at this point.
And does that get doubled because it was a crit?
No.
3.
3 wounds are drained from Era. So you put your hands up in the air, and this rosy-hued energy kind of flows off of you as your vines, tendrils,
It
and
smells
plant
like
life themselves.
flowers.
Yes, you see flower bloom just. And as you touch Era, what does your healing magic look like as Era's wounds are pulled
I
away?
think it's
Basically,
the same, like little stitchy baby bits.
stitchy little baby
As like
bits.
Era has giant wounds that just slowly begin to like knit closed with little tiny, like, you know when you see like the baby sprouts of plants, it's just a bunch of little baby sprouts that have like meshed themselves together.
Now, what do you replace Era's blood with that works for now? Because he had no blood.
My mind immediately went chlorophyll.
So healing chlorophyll, Era becomes brighter green than ever.
Ooh.
You feel significantly
evaporated.
better at this point, Era.
Hey. Thanks.
And that was Birch's turn. Nohu, we're back to you. That polypy thing has moved its way away from you a little bit, and you're still in the tendril. Everybody else seems to have left the vicinity. What are you doing right now?
Right. Well, I'll try to go up to everybody. I'll use an obvious means of transportation, by which I mean grappling hook into the roof of the meat cavern and swinging my way as close to the rest of the guys as possible.
All right. So as you latch your hook onto the ceiling and you begin to swing, give me a tough roll.
Tough.
Yes. Okay, and give me the direction you're traveling.
But I don't have the map because of the. But I'm trying to go over to the guys.
Okay, so you can either swing through. There's some bar bits in front of you. You can try to swing between them, or you can go around the long way, which would mean
No. Please don't be silly
All right.
between them.
You go right between the two objects in the way, launching yourself in that direction. Give me a defense roll. Can you roll? To avoid getting spiked as these things swing out at you. Getting a 17 to hit you. And you get a...
I'll use my virtue of endurance to make it really cool, as it seems like they hit me and they got me, but they don't.
Okay.
They don't, I say.
There's an ace. No, that's still an 8, unfortunately.
Well, I won't flinch at the very least.
All right, they stab into your chest, and sucking noise is heard as they drain 4 wounds worth of blood out of you, which is on fire at this point in time. So if you will give me a damage roll for there's an ace from McSherry if you want to re-roll your defense roll.
Yeah, thank you.
That time
They
you
won't,
succeeded.
as I was saying all this whole time. Thank you.
So as you swing, Nohu, give me an aware roll. 14. With a 14 from the height that you're at, you can tell over here is a large structure that is pulsating and beating in time to be maybe a heart. You can hear other ones within whatever this creature is, but you can also see something shiny up here to the north. Or up here in that direction, like away from you and away from the party, kind of in the direction that Eric came from.
All right. As I land, I'm going to be like, "Hey guys, what are we doing? Are we eating the heart or the shiny thing over there?"
Well,
The
I'm
heart?
pretty sure I'm dying, but other than that, I think we're doing lots of different things.
Okay.
All right then, shiny thing it is. Whee!
So as you
I
have
said-
landed here, talked about the shiny thing, and as everybody else is surviving a little better than they were before, we fade to black as we go to our break for tonight. thank you everybody for watching. We'll be back in about 10 minutes where we will continue the epic of Inside the Worm, whatever that means, and then figure out where we go from there. So thank you very much for watching. We will be right back. Hello everyone and welcome back to Wraithe. Sorry about the delay. A little bit of technical difficulties we have navigated through and should have out of the way at this point in time. So...
Who are you talking to?
Who am I talking? What?
What?
Ah,
What's
crap! We're not
Where
not
are
live.
we?
Oh no!
What?
Oh we're all okay, guys. Just so you know, every one of you were not live, so you can go ahead and continue airing stuff while I work.
¿Dónde está la biblioteca?
All right, everybody, we are back inside of a giant worm, and that means it is now Cal's turn. So Cal, we're back to you at the top of the round. I need to go back this way. And do
Oh shit, my fantasy grounds is just disconnected. Let me try to get in again. But I can just look at Twitch and...
Can I just say
Did
how
you-
awesomely, like, without native accent at all, Strat just said that in Spanish, like in the whitest, like, non-Spanish speaking way I've
that
ever
was
heard.
absolutely.
It was
That's
well
so
done.
good.
Did
Well,
you-
what was the last part in the whitest not?
The whitest not Spanish speaking way I have ever heard.
All right.
He sounded like the instructional videos that you had in like your
Yeah.
shitty first Spanish
Yeah.
class, where it's this white dude
Yeah.
who's just like, "Donde está
Como
la
estás?
biblioteca?"
Yeah.
¿Cómo estás ustedes?
Muy bien.
Sanan, what are you doing?
We're vamping.
I'm
and
trying to get into fantasy grounds. Yeah, yeah.
Did you upgrade it or update it like I said you had to do now?
What's that?
You were asking him to
did
listen
you-
to you?
Did you update your
Wow.
fantasy grounds like I said you had to do now?
I did, yeah, earlier, like a week ago.
A week ago is not going to cut it. They just
I think
put out an
Sanan misses
update that
his
is
turn
then
for not
incompatible.
Yeah.
with some of
All
the
right,
older
I'll
versions.
I'll look at the Twitch.
Just
So,
kidding, Sanan misses his turn.
oh wait,
Do not Pashko. Do not collect 200.
no, where's the heart then? How is Aaron looking?
There's a heart to your right. Arrow is looking a little bit better.
You got that with Birch?
Yeah, he should probably be fine. Maybe he's not dying no more.
I'm minutes from dying instead of seconds from dying.
Yeah, let's
Exactly,
been at
basically.
or days. Now I'm gonna.
I'll get it to days. You have to give me time to work.
Yeah. I'm going to the heart. You do your work. I'm charging at that heart thing.
All right, so you turn and go running around the corner to see a massive pulsating heart just kind of right nearby.
Can I use my charisma and cuteness to give him like a extra boost?
That doesn't work that way.
Inspire.
I'm sorry, but if you have a ferret telling you can do it, you can do it.
I
better.
work way better in positive motivation.
Yeah, every Disney film has shown me that.
Fine.
In fact,
Fine,
honestly-
you know what? I'll whatever. Roll
Why do you
charming.
think I do pep talks a
Roll
lot?
charming
Because it
to
works
assist.
for me.
Thank
and I
you.
expect it back, but no one does it. So I try to do it to other people because
Rob,
that's
I
what I
will say
want. But I'm too
the
shy
whole,
to ask
every
for it.
Disney film has an inspiring,
I know
animal sidekick.
that.
It has to be voiced by Alan Tudyk in order for
Yeah.
it to work. Otherwise,
Yeah,
it just
Rob.
doesn't.
See? Yeah.
So,
I don't know.
so give me a charming roll, Nova.
I mean, I have literally told people to stop and go home to their mother and rethink their life choices when they were in a murderous rage. I think I could help my boyfriend get a little,
Give me a
extra
charming roll to see how effective you are.
effort. All right.
And I don't get charmed and support like pep talked and get positive motivation enough. Don't try to steal this from me, Tom.
Yeah.
Everyone
positive
expects it from
reinforcement.
me. For once I get it. And now you're like, that's not how it works. Don't tell me how I work.
That would be an 8.
No, it's shh.
That would be an 18. Much better. So you get to say a pep talky thing to Cal, which will give him a +2 on his next roll.
Well, I'm just keep in mind adorable, cute, and furry, and have tiny little toe beans and paws.
I don't see that right now. I just see you.
I can't find my otter.
Oh, no, you've lost it.
He went.
I bet
to
you
the
he left him.
kitchen, and then
I bet you he went in the bathroom and went for a swim and
Oh
maybe in the bathtub. They like water. We don't have a bathtub, but you know what I mean.
no!
Not the toilet.
You ruin it. It's a toilet otter now.
Toilet otter.
Yeah. Cal, you got this. Nope, I was gonna equate it to like stealing a heart, but then I thought, no, then you're gonna break a heart, and then I thought maybe that wasn't. You know what? You can do it. Go, Cal, go.
Let's go away with hearts. Ah!
Yeah, that's an 18 right there.
All right, Cal. What are you attempting to do to this massive heart?
I am. What can I do to it as I run? I mean, right now I'm just thinking of just punching it and clawing it through it with my looking big thing going on.
Biting it. You could punch at it for sure. You ever been punched in the heart? It's,
Because my
uncomfortable.
sword is gone.
Too soon, Ty. Too soon.
Oh God, I'm sorry.
Punched in the heart, and you're to blame.
You give love a bad name, you don't work.
You give sparrows.
Are you able to get into your
It's
character now,
okay.
Cal?
So what do I roll?
If you're just doing a punch, it is a straight agile roll. Yes.
I mean, I
Nova's
don't.
also
I don't
writing
know what that. Wait,
Cal's hat.
does my lucky boots do damage?
You could try to kick with them. Sure.
Oh, I don't want to piss off my uncle if it does anything bad to the boots. He's got a weird attachment to them.
He's not here right now.
That is a 17. Nice. The fist comes in, a swinging. The opponent is unaware of your approach. I mean, how many of us can see our own hearts? And
I don't
as you
know.
slam this thing with your
He-
fist, it does your strong in damage. Plus, you will now gain your Scoundrel's Opportunist.
I was just gonna ask that. Oh
Looks
no! Amazing. So
You have Reputation 4, so you should actually have 2d8 on there. You can just roll it from your abilities tab for that damage, or... Yeah, there's no more room for it on here.
D8. Right, extra damage.
It's 2d8 extra damage because you have 4 rep.
Oh, look at that! Look at that! All right, so strength +3 plus 2d8s.
Yes. Here we go.
Ow!
That's the wrong roll, though.
What do you mean strong?
No, you have to do the damage roll. You're not rolling strong. You're
Oh,
rolling
wait, what was
damage.
What was the damage for the fists?
It'd
Yeah, I thought
be-
you said you were strong.
It's your
I thought that's
strong
what you said
straight.
too.
It's not a
Yeah, that's-
d20.
What?
It would
He
be
said
your
it will
strong
deal you
straight.
strong.
It deals your strong in damage, which in this
Ow.
case would be 2 plus 3, so it'd be 5. And then you're rolling 2d8 and adding 5 to it. That's the damage you're rolling. You just
But
wasted a nat 20.
He also wasted the shriek of pure joy that he had,
That's
and you
true.
took
That's
that
still
away
pretty
from him.
good.
Ty.
That, to be fair, that is recorded forever. I could make that,
That-
my ringtone. And,
But
you
now
know,
it's sad. It's tainted with the fact that it was false.
He only did 1 point less than max damage. Give him a break here. So that is
I rolled a
20 points of
and you took
damage.
it away from me, so like now it's just like.
So a massive fist goes flying forward as Cal punches this heart hard enough that like his fist shatters into it slightly, and then this blackish red ichor just
Hey!
starts splattering all over you from the blood that is pumping out all over the two of you.
Ah, ugh.
You like cover it for a second, and it's just
Oh,
and there's Nova's on the hat.
Oh, thank you.
And yes, you both find yourself being constantly splurted with this as the creature then roars in pain. Everybody
Hey,
roll
Worm!
agile to
I've got
stay.
you. I've got your
near.
heart hostage here, so spit us out or I'll rip it.
Roll agile if you'd like to stay near allies as you go. Era, you are going off in your own direction.
Will you please stop rolling so terribly?
Birch,
Can I catch Era?
my
He's
best
right
stat
under me.
is
Can I catch
plus
him?
with a
4.
15, you can catch him. Nohu, you have a choice of which direction you travel. Cal, you start to slip away, but Nova's able to keep onto your hat, but you're kind of just gonna go launched. What happened? What happened? Why did
Oh my god, I'm
you were
disappearing.
disappearing?
I'm turning
Birch is
into
gone.
Birch.
Birch has disappeared entirely. Is now nothing. Oh no! Don't tell me the computer died
She's
on her as
having
well. This is
the
such a weird evening.
We need to exorcise the gremlins. I think they haven't
So-
gotten enough.
Cal and Nova go in the same
Exercise.
direction. In this case, both of them fly. Oh, you bounce off the heart and kind of rumble around on top of it. Now completely coated in slick, sticky blood. You begin sliding down the other side very rapidly, which is a rather large hole that leads into a muscular corpuscle. As you move down towards it, it pulls in and starts trying to constrict around you as the throes of agony of this heart start occurring. So,
Can I
give me
try
either
to-
a tough
to
or a strong
hold on to the
roll.
like little thing I did?
You can try to hold it. Give me an agile roll as you try to hold on. Oh, that was so close. Nope, you're sliding right down the side. And now you can either try to withstand the crushing force of this wall, which is going to have a 10 plus 9 is a 19 to cause damage to you, or you can use strong to try to push it away. So either withstand the crush or push it away.
I'm gonna use an ace to try to hold on more.
Okay, give me that ace. Try to hold on top of the heart. That is a 10. Not enough to stay on top of the heart.
If I pop out a ferret form, can I try grabbing onto the heart?
Certainly. Everybody's disappearing.
I am gonna continue to keep grabbing onto Cal though at the same time.
Okay.
So there will be legs
So-
and arms.
As you extend out to your full size, give me a strong roll to try to keep a hold of Cal, and then an agile roll to stay on top of the heart. In that order.
You got this, Sonny.
Oh, yeah.
That is a 0 for strong.
Shh, you didn't see it. It's fine. Strong is so not my category for 8?
8, not enough.
I mean,
That's
I
not
was
enough.
on his shoulders. I'm
That is
just
not
getting
enough to pull him up.
All right, one more, and then then yeah. I'm
Well,
not trying to pull him
just
up. I'm
like-
just trying to keep him. Ha-ha!
Nice. Oh, Ruby Heart, thank you for the raid.
Hey!
The Ruby
Woo!
crew out there.
And then agile, you say?
And an agile to make it to the top of the heart.
Come on now, honey. You can
You
get
know-
it.
This is Ty. Did that work?
With an 11, that is not high enough to stay on the
So
heart.
we would say right about now that I'm being super
Nova
courageous.
gets an ace from
Woo!
McSherry.
McSherry, that works too.
No, if that doesn't work, I'm gonna ace my agile roll again because fight is.
14. This time you're able to hold him from falling all the way down. You're not going to stop him from going down this side a little bit, but he doesn't go all the way to the bottom and get squished this time.
Ah, that's some bite.
What just? Oh no, we got a ghost. Hold on a second.
Who's a ghost?
Hey,
Oh my god!
You look
My
look
good
at this
new
gun.
camera.
terrifying.
My good new camera
Yes.
just stopped working entirely and glitched out my entire Discord to the point where I could not hear anything, but Fantasy Grounds was working, and now it's just refusing to work.
I
You're-
would like you to look in the Twitch.
You're the
and
scariest
look-
thing
see
right now.
yourself
I
as
look
You're
most
like the most
Fabulous.
terrifying thing.
terrifying thing.
And my character's the one that's
If that-
dying.
Popped
Look
out
like-
of my mirror or
Look like
something,
what?
I would just die.
Look like one of them ghosts in
100%
movies that have to do with Polaroid ghosts.
There, we're back to
Yeah.
not
There's the
terrifying
lovely
all of our
face. That's
audience.
better.
Oh God, someone save Anna's soul, he says. Nice of you, effects.
Absurd.
Yeah, you have returned to the world of the
Maybe.
non-terrifying
We'll see.
ghosts.
It's still glitching. Everything, I get every third word, and it's just all going downhill very quick.
Oh man. All right. So this is what happened.
So Cal is no longer in danger.
So
'cause
Cal
I
is being
saved him.
held over this
Never-
as the edge kind of just kind of moves in and move or rotates around, not rotates around, constricts around you. It doesn't crush you against the heart itself, but the heart continues pumping very, heavily, causing you to kind of
Awkward
lurch
position
and
for us
slide.
to be in.
Yeah,
My
both of you
ribs.
are sliding around and wiggling a bit.
That's where the flesh pad hit me. Ah,
Oh, it's just
And
progressively uncomfortable.
that would be Cal's turn. But we still have to deal with Era and Birch. Birch is going to grab a hold of Era in the air with the high enough roll to do that. But then I have to roll to see what direction you get launched. Okay, all of you fly this way. Birch, give me a defense roll as a spike launches straight towards you while you're still holding on to Era.
Cool. Is that
Nat
a nat 20? Is that enough? Does
That is
work?
enough. With this nat 20, the thing that benefits you both is that you see an object out of place. The thing that benefits just you is that maybe all of these spikes no longer have any interest in you.
I feel like they didn't have much interest in me in the first place, so let's see what's out of place.
As you are flying through the air and you're holding on to Era, off of his shiny green head, you kind of see a little bit of reflected light in the distance, and there appears to be something. Off from where you're sitting, or from where you're flying, you can tell that there is a box. There is a bunch of dynamite or something attached to it, as well as a plunger device, and it looks like
An off switch is what I'm
explosives
hearing.
are literally stacked up nearby in the distance.
Mr. Nohu, I have
Yeah.
some for you.
Yeah, just a second. Gotta eviscerate this.
I mean, there's a big bunch of explosive devices. I just assumed that would be something that piqued your interest.
Well then, now you're trying to seduce me.
I can assure you that is not
Oh
my
my.
intention.
So, Nova, it is your turn.
Sorry, I can fall out of your arms if I'm in the middle of something here. I understand you just saved my life, but I don't want to get in between.
All right,
True
so
love.
The
Nova,
chaos
you're currently.
couple that would be these two.
Oh Jesus.
The fiery death of the universe.
Yes. So
Sarah
Nova,
doesn't have
you
an
are-
end
you
goal.
are there
Now
on-
I have an end goal.
You're on top of the heart, and it is still slick with blood from the two of you having punched a hole in it together. Well, mostly just Cal. But you're holding on to Cal's arm. If you can't keep a hold of him, he will slide down into that crevice still. So give me another strong roll.
It's so great that I have -2 strong, and I'm trying to hold up my 8-foot orc boyfriend, and I am an elf.
Yes.
This should be fine. Oh,
Man, how
Lord.
relatable.
How relatable, right?
Honestly, 8-foot orc boyfriend is the best anime.
Ooh, with a 13, you're able to hold him in place. You can't pull him up higher, but he's not sliding down further. So
I'm sure
Nova is sitting
short
there
stories
slipping a little bit here and there and kind of digging in heels and keeping you from going further down this hole while grabbing onto your shoulders. So Nova, what do you wish to do with your
Could I
remaining
turn
action?
into a gorilla?
I mean, yeah. Give us your best gorilla noise, though.
That's the best question that's ever been asked on this channel.
So that increases your strong by 2. I will let you re-roll strong again. And suddenly
I'm a
there's...
gorilla, and I only have 0 strength?
Yes.
That's
Well, I'm gonna need someone in the chat
You need-
to redraw King Kong, but with Nova and Cal.
I don't
yes.
want to bang my chest for realsies, but
You don't do that.
Yeah, don't do that.
You have a fracture. You whatever.
It-
Microfracture. So, just small one.
Doesn't matter,
There
it's
are
still a
abilities
fracture.
that will enhance your transformative capabilities later down the Akata line if you wanted to do that. But now this is all they give you. So with +2
Alright.
strong, that puts you at 0. You can roll another strong roll.
okay.
Suddenly, the hands upon you grow a bit hairier, and that's it. That's not so great.
No, but we're gonna use the courage bullshit that I said earlier. With
Okay.
the
Your
thing.
courage bullshit. Got it. Go ahead and give us your courage bullshit. You can re-roll.
And it's just a straight d20, so I'm just gonna whoop.
Oh, 19 that time. Suddenly, well,
Monkey. Huh?
yes, the monkey with
No, I'm not
Nova's
monkey. I'm
hair
a great ape.
colors.
There is a big difference.
An ape with Nova's hair color suddenly pulls you up on top of the heart. You're no longer falling, Cal.
What is happening?
I've been practicing a thing, but I forgot to tell you. But we'll have a conversation later.
Okay.
That's the weirdest. Anyway, Era, from where you're at, Suddenly, this large, long stalk with a mouth full of like tentacles and villi like tries to latch onto you as it was chasing after everybody. They kept flying everywhere, and now it's there where you landed. And here it comes. It gets a 15 to bite you.
I can't beat. I mean, I can try.
That is a 0.
Here's the thing. I have a -2, so I need a 17, 18, 19, or 20 to beat that.
Hey,
so I don't
that's
think
that's 4 out of 20. That's 25% chance.
Just turn into a gorilla. That's what I
All
do.
right.
Easy.
Well, it's going to
Obvious
hit you in the
solution.
chest. This isn't the spikes, so it does less damage than they did.
Can I
It's going to
tuck
do.
and roll in front of Era?
It's going to do 12 damage to Era.
Great. So we're back
She
up to
can
4
roll over
wounds.
Era.
Couldn't you like
Yep.
turn into like a,
Birch,
a,
you
a leaf
can-
or
Oh.
something? And
You can use reflex to take the hit for an ally. Reflexive actions will allow you to take it. You can't defend
Yeah.
against it. You'll just get hit
I'll-
instead.
I'll interject because I was trying to find the range of the ability, which is 3. So I'll instead use my Tinker Assistance to intercept the attack. The TA can intercept an attack targeting an ally within range 3, taking damage if failing a defense roll.
Okay, so give us a defense roll from your TA instead. Your opponent has rolled a 15.
so is Birch also running in front of it? So
It looks like
she
Birch
runs
was-
in front of Era, and then
then
Nohu
a
And then
runs in front of
Trench's
Birch.
assistant runs in front of Birch.
Yes,
Okay, got
Yeah,
it.
yeah.
Is it
I
the
think that-
combat
like that.
roll or the other roll?
it's the combat roll. And that's a 15. That is a
How much was it?
that is a tie from NPCs. That means you have to roll again, both of you. So the opponent now gets an 11. 12. Gets a 12. I'm sorry. And Watt doesn't make it in the way, but instead is going to take the damage of the hit. So I'm going to go ahead and roll for damage. And Watt gets pinged for 11 points of damage.
11. Got it.
It seems like a lot for a little tinker.
I mean, it rolled less than it had.
I need to have a Watt token.
Got it.
I don't have one right now.
He hasn't been used a lot on his own. He's always sticking around Nohu's like body.
It's your tail and your grappling hook, so
Indeed.
understandable. Era. Suddenly, Birch is in front of you, and then a little tail end with like a little metal fist just gets pinged, hit by this thing in front of you. Everybody's coming to your aid. What do you do now?
Wow. You know, it feels very affirming to have all of you throw yourselves in the line of fire, but I can't be that helpful in return, so it feels kind of ill-advised almost.
Don't worry, I'm not in harm's way. It's technically my assistant.
Oh, well, that's fine. I don't think I can do anything helpful. I will purely just try and toss my knife at the heart.
Yeah, you gotta throw that pretty far. Give me a
Yeah.
strong roll.
Oh, strong roll.
You're
Strong
throwing
roll,
the
you
knife
say.
30 feet, which is the basis, but then your strong takes away from some of that. So you've got a -2 to strong. You're only gonna throw it 2 range. So it's not
So
gonna get.
can it maybe hit the thing that almost hit me?
Yeah, I'll let you roll. I'll let you roll an agile roll, and we'll see if you hit it. The opponent's defense roll comes out, and it gets a 6 to your nat 20. No, that was the other way around.
No, that's the
you
other
got
way.
the 6. I got the nat
It's
20.
me, Tyson. It's which way do we think this?
So yeah, you throw the dagger, and it just bing, bounces off and comes back, and just like dink into the ground right between your legs.
I throw it, and I'm like aiming for the heart, but it definitely is not. And then it like looks like it might hit the thing that most hit me, and it kind of hits off, and then just like bonks me in the head, like
Dunk.
like with the hilt.
You're like, oh.
And Oh, and stay down. I'll hold my action in case I can do anything reflexively helpful, but that's all I got, friends. I'm at my limit, and
Birch,
yeah.
you can hear things coming in from the side. They all seem to be coming at Era, because they don't seem to care about you.
Yeah.
It is your turn.
I'm gonna use my med kit to try and heal some more wounds off of Era, and then I'm just gonna try and like use my body over Era in the hopes they'll just detect me and be like, we don't care about her, and leave him the fuck alone.
All right, well, give me a brains roll as you attempt to do medical aid on Era, and we'll see if
I
you.
do get a +2 because I have +2 to all medical rolls.
Yes.
Boom, 17.
Nice. With a 17, that does heal Era 1 wound, and if you are able to rest, your other wounds will be removed after 24 hours of rest.
Oh yeah, he's totally able to rest. It's fine.
Yeah.
It's very relaxing in here.
So relaxing.
So
It's the most relaxing.
So at that point in time, over the radio comes. To everybody's ears.
We have a radio?
Someone's trying to talk to you from the Zephyr, and all you're hearing is static and squealing noises.
Beam us up!
That's not technology you currently have.
Who that? Speak louder.
that doesn't happen for a long time.
New phone, who dis?
Eh?
It's just loud and obnoxious.
I'm gonna need you to stop that noise. Please. And now can I shield Era's tiny body in the hopes that they'll leave him the hell alone?
Yep, give me an
just
aware roll to
purely
see how well
size-wise,
you're shielded.
could I not take basically full cover if this happens?
Underneath Birch? So you
Yeah.
certainly could under Birch. Alright, Birch, you get a pretty decent coverage going of Era, and just kind of wrap your
And
arms around
I
them.
will like full like tiny
Birch.
ball.
If you would like, there is one thing you can do that'll make this coverage completely full.
No.
Okay, fine. From there, we go to Nohu.
All right.
No.
Can you point me as to where the plunger that Birch mentioned was? The one
Seems
that's
to be over there, beyond all the spikies.
All right. Keep them busy, what? I got a job for an adventurer to do. Yeah. And I'll try to rush over there.
Alright, so you're gonna rush through 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 spikes. All try to poke you.
7 of them.
Yep.
My goodness.
There's only 3 attacks coming at you though, because they're in packs. So you have
Seems like a very dumb thing to do. So
the first one is a 15 to hit you to your nat 20. Okay, with a nat 20, would you like to gain +2 to the further defense rolls, and not have your regular cumulative defense reduction during this? Or would you like to be able to know exactly how to engage this device when you arrive?
I'll know how to engage the device.
Okay, so the first attack comes in, and you just duck and dive and dodge beyond those spikes as they just into the ground around you. You move through the second one. Give us another attack or defense roll. The opponents this time get a 12 to hit you. And Nohu expertly dodges and weaves around them. You've been through dungeons before, filled with poison dart traps, filled with spikes, filled with terror balls, filled with the bats of doom, and you've made it out the other side. This time you're no different. And the final one stabs in straight at your chest. Last attack. This one gets a 7 to your 11. 7 to 11, of course. And as this thing just zips right over top of you, crashing into the ground, and you expertly dive under and beyond it, you see a small box with writing that you can read on the front of it.
Oh, what does he say?
It says Aravith et Siandir Morsu de Atari.
Who cares? I press it.
And you press the button. Suddenly the box goes and you hear it warming up and ready to explode. You also see a little overlay pop on and go, It says, "Hello, Nohu. We're gonna give you and the rest of your team 5 seconds to run away from this device."
Hey, we got 5 seconds.
We're very stuck.
We'll move
Yeah,
on.
exactly. How do we run away from inside?
That thing's pretty far from all of you, just not Nohu. So you've got 1 round, Nohu, to make your escape as much as possible away from this thing that you just depressed the explosive plunger on immediately. Cal, you're on top of the heart. It's still pulsating and blood is splurting out the side. You see Nohu, a glowing beacon of flame running down the pathway full of all these spikes that are trying to kill him and somehow not being, completely perforated.
Stab the heart.
I don't have a.
Do you need a sword, darling?
Yes, my sword's been destroyed, but I still have the hilt.
I have a sword with the sharp part still attached.
Oh, gimme, please. Love.
I will give Cal, if I may not be able to. I think both of my hands are currently saving his life.
You've pulled him back up on top of the heart, so you
Okay,
can let
cool.
him go now.
Cool. I have a, what is it?
Dagger.
No, I have a one-handed curved sword.
Oh, you do.
It's the kukri.
You do. Okay.
I know, I do. And he has it now. And he's going to slice this heart.
Okay, so it is just at your agile as your accuracy for it. So go ahead and roll to attack with that as she tosses you over a kukri in a sheath.
We're right next to each other. I'm just going to go ahead and hand it just to
your
be
curved
safe.
blade. Yeah.
And I grab it and start stabbing without thinking, which makes it a snap decision. Haha. Yes?
It's not exact. Sure. Yes, I will say that in this case. It's a.
Haha, yes! Die! Agile.
Give me your attack roll with agile.
I'm going to stand behind him as to not have so much blood splatter.
With an 18, you strike. Give me a damage roll. It's a D8 plus you're strong.
D8 plus my strong, which is Ep5 right now. And let's go. Eeh. You know what? I'm gonna use that free ace I got because of snap decision.
All right, free ace used.
Better damage. Here we go. That's better.
That is 9 plus 5 is 14 points of damage. You pull the blade in, you twist. Last Coffee Bean says, "Paint it," and gave you an ace, by the way. So you stab in, causing a massive amount of damage. The creature kind of roars in pain and shivers and moves a little bit. But you still have another action. You can attack again with the sword.
I attack again!
Give me another attack roll.
Slice it up. Oh no.
Fuck this.
Is it a...
So, you
Uh-huh.
strike in at this creature. Being that it is a nemesis, it critically succeeds on defending itself in this circumstance. I will give you the choice. Do you still strike this heart and cause damage, but the defenses of the creature then happen to the area that you're in? Or are you able to push Nova out before being crushed in here and taking some damage?
Yes.
Slow!
This shit fucking.
I feel used.
I guess I'll push Nova out of the way.
So you strike down and you slam the blade into the heart. And as you raise up in ferocity to do it once more, you look up and you see all the walls expanding downward towards you and little spines starting to come out of it to protect this little area that the heart is within as it shrivels down towards the floor. And you have to push her at that point. What do you say as you toss Nova out of the little room that this heart is in?
Oliviani, get them out!
Suddenly you're shoved out of the room and you tumble a little bit as you see the walls just collapse down on top of Cal and you don't see what happens.
I hope I don't die.
Ugh. Gross, Ty.
It's now Nova's turn. caught outside of the flesh that is all collapsed in, the sphincter closing to that ventricle, you now find yourself just pushed out near one of these spikes that has been triggered by Nohu before, that is currently retracting and getting ready to do its thing again.
I'm gonna use through the looking glass and open it where I was a moment ago and grab Cal out.
Give me a magical roll. Let's see if you can do that in this circumstance. That's a 19. So as you open the looking glass, you see Cal crushed down against the floor, just kind of curled up. All you can see is just like a little tiny window of air where you can cause this gateway to open up. Cal, as you have been standing inside of here, you see the walls all collapse in, thorns come crashing down towards you. Give me an agile roll to see how many of these things miss you.
Shitty.
I just grabbed him though. I had to go grab him.
This is after he gets the walls to collapse on him. Not very much.
Free ace, because that was my snap decision.
That
Last
is
free
true.
ace.
You do have a free ace. Critical.
And the last coffee bean ace.
All right, last coffee beans
Last
ace.
coffee bean always gives good aces. This will be fine.
Oh wait. Since I pushed Noah, never mind. Oh wait, I'm trying to save everyone. Compassion.
I was
You're-
pretty compassionate.
Saved
Saved my life.
This is in
Caring
defense of
not for his own.
This action is in defense of himself, though. If it was trying to do what he was doing before, or pushing you out, or something like that,
But he's
compassion
only
would
in
work.
that situation because of compassion.
Yeah, but his
Yes.
compassion got you out of the room already. He succeeded at his compassion.
But I need to survive to get everyone out because as a compassionate captain, I need to be
I
there
would
to
argue-
see everyone out.
I would argue that you fighting for your life is selfish. So I will say no to compassion, but I'll let you use LCB's ace. Evian has sent not an ace. So Cal, you got an ace from audience as well.
Oh, thank
I was
you.
gonna say too, the compassion argument when you're like, oh, my entire crew is incompetent and they need me to get them out is not the most compassionate
You
situation.
couldn't have lost me right there.
Yeah, why would
The
you
thing
say?
about that, though. He's
There's
the
an
thing
ace
about
for
that,
Heart's
though.
compassion. There's an ace from the. You got
I
two
love
more aces
Calgary.
from the
Oh,
crowd.
look at that.
Thank you, everyone. And to the previous thing, I'm just going to say, where's the lie?
Okay, you can say that to
I'm
me.
sorry.
You can say that to me and me only.
That's yeah. All right.
I'm sorry,
so
Nobu
Cal,
and I are up here in the Nat 20 club. I don't know what you're talking about us being incompetent.
So
Nobu has
Cal,
objectively been the most damaging.
I am just doing
Effective
friendly
crew.
banter to pretend like everything is okay, so you all don't get depressed. That
so
you're
Cal,
you're admirals.
you are going to be missed by 80% of the thorns with that roll. Are you okay with that?
I'm going to miss 80% of the rolls.
Of the thorns. You're
So
going to
20
be
out
missed.
of 100 of them are going to hit you.
All right.
All right. So the ones that collapsed in the area, I need to make a quick roll.
Don't forget to
Okay.
put those aces down on your sheet, though, the ones you didn't use.
I did. I put 2 aces on me. Ow. Ow! Ow!
Okay, so you happen to have these thorns jab into you. As they stab down, you're gonna take 7 wounds to your right leg. So you can only take a maximum of 2 wounds, causing it to become impaired. They are going to shear off your right leg. Under the crushing weight. The other ones...
I just want to say before we ask, I cannot fix that. I just want everyone to know I cannot fix that.
You,
We can
however,
get
do
a bionic
take...
leg later. It's fine.
You do get hit in the chest for 1 wound. And that's the only one that hits you. So
Wait, but what? Can I open? No, I can't open door out of this situation.
So as you are crushed underneath of this, you then see a little tiny portal appear in front of you where Nova's like obviously afraid. You see this area, there's just blood everywhere at the moment, Nova. There is one thing you can do, Cal.
Yes.
You can, however, evoke your orc heritage.
Oh yeah, that was the thing.
Just a flesh wound.
Yes, I'm looking at it now.
Oh yeah, that's the one where like Maz shrugged off that like weird death blow from that. Yeah, do that.
Yeah, that random blow that would have
allows
just
you-
killed you. Yeah, that one, the casual one.
This is the
That
little
allows
one,
you to
and-
ignore
yeah.
one source of injury once per episode.
So my leg is safe.
If you evoked that, the spikes go through, and where they would have severed your tendons and your actual bones themselves in your leg, the spikes go through and just kind of stop on the other side.
Yeah. I mean, I guess I'll invoke it. Ow! It's just a flesh wound. I'm the Black Knight.
And then as it comes back up, we see like dripping viscera and gore, but his stubbornness makes his legs stay together.
So impaired is out now.
Yeah, and so is the wound on your leg. So that only leaves you with one wound to the chest. But then you can see Nova. He's currently trapped in there with whatever happened. It seems like this creature flattened its own heart in that chamber to try to kill whatever was in there.
Cheeky bastard.
Can you move, Cal?
Let me see.
Give me
Do
an
I
agile
move?
roll to try to squeeze out through the little hole that Nova has created.
All right. I'm safe though. I'm gonna say, and it's a life-threatening lie, so I get to use an ace.
That's true.
You don't look safe, Cal.
I'm fine.
Profuse bleeding and impalement.
Yeah, I got a free ace now. So all right, ace.
Okay, give us your agile roll to try to make it out.
Yeah, gaining the system like a sparrow.
Nat 20. All right, Cal.
Me.
I'll say in this case, did you have an overload reduced by doing this? And then you make it through the hole. Or, on the other side of it, do you then provide a bolstering aura giving all of your allies +1 benefit for the rest of the scene?
Bolstering aura! I'm a captain! See, this is why you'll need me!
So Cal comes out of the portal using Nova's hole. He comes out to victorious music. And from that position, as he stands up, bright and tall and covered in viscera and goop, he then causes everyone around to see him in his golden shining light and realize things are going to be okay. At that moment, Nohu clicks a button in the distance, and the countdown 5, 4 starts happening. Era,
Run.
it is your turn. This is the future where everyone explodes in fire.
Oh.
Yeah. Can I? We're gonna go right back up in some wounds, I think, because the only thing that I think I can do is we only have 5 seconds. Well, what if we just had a couple of 5 seconds? I would like to use my mastery of time aether, being a cobber of time, and happy-go-lucky to try and just extend the 5 seconds. 5 seconds, it's longer than you think. And maybe, just
Alright,
maybe,
so-
it's longer than it should be.
All right, so you're trying to slow down time for everything, not you, basically? Making time be longer than normal?
Slow down time on the bomb.
On the bomb. I will allow you to do that from this range, with only barely being able to tell it's there, with 2 applications of chaos.
I mean,
If
you told me
successful.
this is one where we blow up, so I know there's a bomb.
All right, so then give me a magical roll. Get higher than a natural 10.
All right, let's do it.
Targeting the bomb.
Bomb!
Nice,
I
20.
get a good roll!
So then it goes 5, 4. It starts getting slower.
Hey, we're all gonna run really fast now! And
All right.
just book.
Era, what direction do you run?
It's the opposite from where the bomb is.
There's a bunch of weird tentacle things coming towards you from that direction.
And you know what? I like my odds better with them than a bomb.
All right. So go ahead and give me a defense roll, 2 of them, as you go running, what would be south, away from the direction of the bomb.
Yes. Hooah.
That is an
Here we
8
are.
for the
Back
first
in our
one.
Back in our comfort
The
zone.
opponent gets a 6 for the first attack. You're able to avoid that one. The second one, however, is a 20 you have to beat. You're going to get hit by the second one. Second one slams out against you. It deals 6, 7, 8 damage. 8 damage.
Oh, that's
2.
fine. I don't have to take any wounds. I have that much core HP.
Well, there you go. You get banged around a little bit, and Era
For
keeps running.
once, no wounds.
Yeah. Now
Birch.
I am at 2 HP, but no wounds.
The last tendril thing tries to move past you to go after Era. Do you allow it past?
No, I'm gonna stop it.
All right. How are you attempting to stop it?
I'm gonna reach out and grab it.
Give me a strong roll.
Oh, good.
The opponent gets a 22 to overcome
Jesus
your strength.
Christ.
And you got
Oh,
a 16.
16.
You just get pulled along with it as it goes after.
Hey,
as
we're
it
going
goes
the
after
different
Eric.
direction of the bomb. Honestly, it's okay.
So Birch just digs in her heels and is just like, ah!
This is planned. This is planned. It's planned. We're
I
planned.
will say that with
Great
that
plan.
roll, you did stop the creature from being able to make an attack, but it has moved all the way over here.
That's good. It's planned, everyone. Don't worry. Know who you might want to run. You are the closest one to the exploding device. I just want, in case you were curious. You might
No,
wanna
it's
just
your
go.
turn, as a matter of fact, and you see the bomb ticking down, slower than it should be. I mean, maybe it needs to be fixed, but what do you do?
It's so weird. I mean, it's not like answering correctly, and
Know who? No, you should just run. Know who?
oh, but they're calling to me. Oh, what to do. But then if I shake it a little, I mean, how does the bomb look like? Is it just like being, because it said something, so now that I already press it, maybe I can read at it a little. What does it say? Does it say, because somebody took it and oh, I'll write it and then I'll see it, I'll read it as I go along.
All right, so Nohu finally turns and comes running back towards you all. And with your current full movement, you're able to make it all the way back to Cal and Nova at the moment, unless you wanted to use your grappling hook or your wings.
I'll use my wings when I'm able to, when I have the room to do so.
All right, as soon as you get to roughly where Birch is on the map now, you can use your wings there.
Got it.
All right, so Nohu comes moving over towards you. Do you mention what? Oh, you said you were going to say out loud what it said? Is that what was
Yeah.
going on?
Yeah, at the start I said, hey, we have 5 seconds. That's cool.
5 seconds to what now?
I don't know. I pressed something and it says 5 seconds.
Cal, your turn.
Oh.
This is it. This is the turn. You got to go.
Yes. Where's the exit? Where can we go?
Era seems to think it's this way somewhere.
All right. I'm gonna pick both those sparrows next to me, both Nohu and Nova, and run to that direction.
Give me a strong roll.
Just so you have a free hand, I'll panda bear on you.
That's even better. Strong, you said?
Yes.
Teamwork.
Critical failure.
No. That's bullshit. No, check your eyes. Come on now. That's not true.
All right.
Why are you trying to get me dead? This GM is just... God is obsessed with trying to get me dead.
15 plus 3 gives you an 18. Not today, Satan Big B says, granting an ace. So you have another one there. Cal is able to pick up Nova, who is, what'd you call it, panda bearing? And
Actually, it's a term I totally stole from Anna, but yes.
What
grabs
is
the
that?
hold of
What
Nohu.
does that mean?
I'm hanging on the front.
You're like a little
hanging on
panda
myself
bear.
and like arms, like legs around, and then arms around your shoulder and
Much like
legs
a
around your waist.
panda bear up in a bamboo tree.
So, Cal, you're able to run to this distance with everybody on your back, dragging everyone through the spikes. You will, however, have to avoid one of the spikes. It might hit Nova. It's not close enough to
I'll shield you.
Nohu. But here we go. It's attacking.
I'm a move.
Give me a defense roll.
I'll slap it away again.
It gets a 19 to stab you with a spike.
And I roll. I roll.
4. That's a 4. Eight.
I roll but wait, +3 though, right?
Yes, you still have your +3. Your effect's still running, but it's going to run out at the end of this round.
No, just stop being a negative Nancy. Come on now.
Can I use the change reflexively as an action to interpose my
That is supposed to be a 13.
Cosmo?
Slap it. Yeah.
You want to use? You're not going to hit it, unfortunately. You want to use the change for what now?
Change. I want to use.
Change.
I've got the change so I can have Cosmo's reflective action interpose itself between the Akata and an attack. And since I am between, I'm in front of Cal, that would mean that
Yeah, roll a d8 to see what type of damage resistance you gain as Cosmo attempts to protect you a bit. The opponent is going to hit. 8 damage resistance. It does 7 damage. So Cosmo takes the entire hit. All right. On the other side of the spikes, as you get close to this end, we now see the camera cut to a different angle. We see the massive worm breaching the surface and kind of just writhing around a little bit in pain with a large, partially busted proboscis rather than a mouth. As it kind of shivers its head back and forth, we see the Zephyr fly overhead and just pepper it with shots. Bang, 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 trying to hit the thing. And then kind of circling around. We see Muriel standing on the back, just calling out, Captain Cal, come in, where is everyone? We just saw the entire compound get eaten by a worm. Cal, where, Nova, anybody, come on. And
We're in the worm.
Nobody can hear that. That was the static you heard earlier. As the worm continues moving and undulating, we see its belly extend outward very widely suddenly. And then a whole bunch of goop goes flying out the back end, splattering out across the surface of this super hot world. As we notice Birch, Era tumbling end over end, followed by Nova and Cal and Nohu as they are exploded out the back end of this giant worm. And then
we get diarrhea out of the worm.
All of its guts came with it too, so it wouldn't necessarily
There's a word for that. Prolapse?
It prolapsed everyone into the surface, and as you're all tumbling and rolling about, you come to a stop, and the Zephyr comes and flies down very rapidly. All of you start immediately burning up at this point on the surface of this world, getting super hot, dried out, and quite not so happy. But as the ship lands nearby and everybody runs out onto the field, they extricate you back to the vessel. Covered in gore and gross and yuck.
We see Ayden also get exploded out.
Yeah, Ayden's out there too, sure.
Okay. I just don't want it to turn into semantics next game where Ty's like, no, you're still in the guts. I don't want it.
Ayden is actually already out of the beast and standing nearby as he comes up onto the ship. He seems to be carrying.
Not helping.
He seems to be carrying some sort of book or something.
Is he covered in guts?
He is not covered in guts. He found
I cover him in guts.
He found out you cover him in guts.
He has to be like the group,
Of course, he looks
unity
at you
and all of that.
Thanks.
Did he find out Necronomicon?
He found something from within the ruin that was within the creature before escaping. Before his mouth was turned into a proboscis. So, you've all made it back out of the giant creature and back aboard the Zephyr at the moment. The crew, looking around, just states, what the hell happened?
The worm. It's like 8 out of 10 times,
I'd like a shower.
As we see everybody standing on the deck, the scene fades away as tonight's
It was not as fun as in the movies.
As tonight's episode is coming to a close, thank you very much for watching, everybody, for sticking around and for being here with the crew. So we'll go along and we'll say our farewells for the night, as well as let's talk about the moments we enjoyed the most from the evening, just to keep things as light as can be. I don't know, whatever you want to call it. It was a bit of a crazy episode, and somebody nearly died. Probably multiple people nearly died, actually.
But when does Robbie's character not almost nearly die?
It's true. When
That
does
is
that
quite
happen?
Actually die.
It's
So,
a theme.
First one to go tonight's going to be Rob. Speaking of which, you're up.
Hey everyone, I'm Rob. I'm the person that makes apparently exclusively doomed characters. Yeah, Era is a fun challenge mechanically. Trying to figure out how to stay alive and helpful, but we're getting there. We're slowly building up more and more useful abilities, but yeah, I had a good time. I definitely. Best part for me was 110% the puppet. Was our little ferret / otter puppet. Not even close. Would die for that puppet. And yeah, I had a good time. Even though I was very close to dying the whole time.
You were very close to dying. Also, Erebeth Etsiandir Morisu Diatari. Yeah.
Wait, was that words that said that you just what?
Right?
Erebeth Etsiandir Morisu Diatari.
Right.
Rob might remember what that is.
Gesundheit?
Gesundheit.
Anyway, Gesundheit, as we move along from there to Strat. Why don't you go next?
Hey, it's me. Hello, everybody. I'm Stratful, playing as Nohu, the Great Adventurer, always keeping the plan in motion and following, the Great Adventuring book, which means always press everything you see in front of you, always go for the things that everybody else is telling you to not go to, or even just signaling to. You really gotta take a breath of experience to, be the sort of adventurer that Nohu was. But it was a fun episode. It was good to leave the place alive. And for most of us, except for Era, which was like halfway death. But other than that, it was good to see Birch and her sunny attitude, and it's always such a pleasure, comfort to have her around.
Aw, that's lovely. And agreed. We'll move on from there to Sinan.
Hello everyone, my name is Sinan. Favorite moment? Getting out. That was good. Yeah, I'm happy. Next episode will be somewhere else. That's exciting.
It's true.
I'm gonna stop talking like this. Finally out of there. Oh, finally we get to bicker on the ship instead of in a dungeony place. That's fun. That's exciting. I want to see Kirby.
You want to see Kirby again?
Yes.
I do want to say you did tell the plant being that your cabin is made of plants, so you have made a vital error.
Do you want to join the plants? What's going on here?
You'll just find her eventually just sitting in your office with just vibing with the plants.
I vibe with my plants. My plants needs friends. They
Especially
just have me to talk to, and they only have me to talk to, and also my cat thing wants to eat them all the time. So
And
I definitely won't unionize your plants against you.
Why would you unionize them against me?
I don't know, you said some pretty mean things about plants while we were in the worm.
Meat plants that stabbed me. We're stretching now to make a tyrant out of the Admiral. I would support my plants unionizing. They deserve it. They've been with me since the thick and thin. Also, they survived Keta burning one of them. That's traumatic.
It's true. It's true. All right, we'll move along from there to Shannon.
Worst thing he ever did. My God.
Burning those
Obviously.
plants. That was the worst thing.
That was. Oof. I was like. Just gonna do Keta hate for a moment. You go ahead.
Okay. I mean, if you need it, I'll let you. We're friends. I'm here for you, man. It's all right. that was great. We are out of the worm, which is good. That was my cat taking out the camera, by the way, because he tried to get behind my laptop, which has about like an inch and cords, so that was fun. My favorite, I don't even know, y'all. That was such a weird, what even happened? I do like the mental image of like, you know, buck 25, 5-foot Nova holding Cal, who's significantly larger, like by one hand, like mama bearing it, you know. That's fun. And then going, oh yeah, I could turn into a gorilla, you know, and that happened. I don't know. And then Birch was very useful, looking to just chivalry of, and then I like the idea of thinking of like, in my mind, it happened more times than it actually did, where, you know, Birch gets in front of Era, and then, you know, Nohu gets in front of Birch, and then Era's like, what's going on? And gets back in front, and then they have to like do it all over again. And it's just this like cycle. That was where my mind went with that. And I kind of wish that was what had happened, but I do appreciate that you planted that seed in my brain, no pun intended. Yeah, I always love playing with you guys, so yay. I'm grateful for all of you and getting to play, and I miss Steven, and he needs to get his ass back here.
He does. We need Steven back. He had to be my Deus Ex Machina because you all were crazy.
Yeah, now we gotta know what his book is, because, you know, Ayden never finds anything innocuous or like nice.
True.
Finds exclusively
thank you for the raid, everyone.
Exactly.
To be fair, at least. Go ahead.
Well, thank you very much for the raid. We are actually on our way out at the end of the evening. We'll try to find someone cool to send you along to as well when that ends. But go ahead, continue, please.
Oh, I was gonna say, at least it's not Kaizen, because he would have made a deal with the book and sold his soul. So at least we're that step ahead, where, you know, we haven't sold our soul to a book yet.
Now they're just going to try and like abuse it and, you know, steal other people's souls.
Arguably better, though.
Is it though?
Yeah.
I think so.
Because
he doesn't have this weird emotional attachment to all of the things that he's created, like, you know, made these deals with.
He will, yeah, I'm sure.
I just think that he values himself so little, because he's always like accepting all the deals that are about him. Like, give me your soul, sure. Give me your body, sure. Take it. Doesn't matter.
I tell you what, do not go car shopping with Kaizen or Ayden or any of those, because you're gonna get screwed.
Yeah. They're gonna see it right away and be like, oh, a sucker.
Yeah.
Of course. All right, moving along from there to Anna. Your turn.
Hello. I'm Anna, Sanctum Cosplays. I play Birch, the dumb plant.
But useful.
The
that's
dumb
fair.
but useful plant.
She does a lot of, she's like aloe vera. She does a lot of healy things, but kind of looks dumb. She's the aloe vera of our group. I had a lot of fun. This one was so chaotic, but it was so fun. There was a high level of concern when at one point Rob's like, I just, you know, that's all my wounds, I'm done. And I'm like, wait, hold on. You didn't have to break for a second, just pause. And I wasn't 100% sure that Nohu was going to make it out of alive after he pressed the button, but I'm glad he made it out alive, because Nohu and Birch are now best friends.
I honestly thought he was going to eat the bomb, and it was going to be like one of those cartoon moments where he just expands super big and then burps out flame.
Yeah, that would also be very true for Nohu. I just love, my favorite part is just listening to everyone fight Ty on being able to use their virtue. That's always my favorite moment, is we're like, well, wait a second, if we just bend the exact definition of what this word is, and I can use it on myself, it's compassionate to myself when I don't get a hurt. Like, that's my favorite thing of all time.
You're being very specific.
You are being very
No, because I did the same thing last episode, is I said it was compassionate to myself to not get hurt. So I'm calling myself out, too.
I think it was self-care was stated.
It was self-care.
Yeah,
definitely. So, like, that's my favorite thing, is just seeing the line. Basically, I think it's a game of how quickly we can wear down Ty, to where he's like, I just don't care anymore. Just do your stupid thing. That's really where I think.
In the case of compassion, stubborn, though. In the case of compassion, I will only accept it being used on yourself if you are the only one capable of actually helping someone along. Say if you had like an entire busload of children who were way too young, who couldn't drive, and you said, if I die, they will all die with me. I'm going to use compassion to stay alive. That I might allow. But not this bullshit.
Wait, we have to find a bus of orphans, guys, and just bring them around with us the whole
Bring
time.
them everywhere you go.
Whoa there,
You'll trick
Jenna.
the system.
Have an
So
We
orphan.
you're
find some
telling
orphans
me-
and we bring them with.
So what, Ty? So the group gets out and gets on a Zephyr. Then what? Then Mariel's would be like, oh, what happened to Captain? Oh, what did you guys do something to the Captain? Because that's the only one we're amongst here that like we trust.
He may not
Let it
captain.
go.
Huh?
I'm
And
pretty
then
sure
what?
they trust no
I think they trust
Do we want to interfight between the crew of the Zephyr and the crew and this crew?
Create a
No.
power vacuum.
Creating a power vacuum doesn't mean
Didn't
anything
work well
about,
for
you know.
North Korea. It won't work for the Zephyr either, right?
Yes.
Anyway,
Oh.
you
Sorry
are
that I'm
amazing
thinking
people.
5 steps ahead. Oh.
Thinking 5 steps ahead. All right, everybody.
Wait,
Thank you very much for
40
watching this
chests.
evening. We appreciate you all popping by and checking out our content and everything. Of course,
Ooh.
hey, follow, like us, all that kind of stuff. And
Join our
we'll see you
Discord.
all-
Follow our YouTube.
Yeah, we'll see you all around, of course. We happen to have no Wraithe next week. It is our off week. So even though we've had lots of off weeks recently, next week is going to be the finale for Misguided Hearts? Misguided Souls?
Misguided Souls.
Misguided Souls. That's what it is. It's been my brain
Misguided
is-
Well,
Hearts.
that's true as well, though. After
A
what
much
happened
less
last
intense
session.
show, Misguided Hearts.
Misguided
is.
Hearts. Yes, Misguided Hearts, Misguided Souls, Misguided Youths, all of the things all at the same time. So check that out next Thursday. And of course, come back tomorrow. Do we have the game? Yes, we do. I think it's called Delinquents. Yeah, I'm pretty sure that's the game. Tomorrow at 6.
Not tomorrow. Not
Yes.
tomorrow.
Yes, tomorrow.
Not-
Yeah, Delinquents it is.
Delinquents is
Right.
tomorrow.
Oh, sorry. I heard
It's
my
not
show.
all about you, Rob.
Your game isn't called Delinquents, Rob. How are you me right now? We're
I
forgetting
heard
names.
and my brain was like, "Oh, that's me." My show, the show I run
Unremarkables is
starts
on
with
Saturday. You can watch
There's no
Unremarkables on
follow
Saturday.
the.
That's
Not this Saturday, but
the
not-
Delinquents.
Delinquents
is mine.
tomorrow. Yes,
Yeah.
it's gonna be a delight, and everyone should watch it.
That, yes. Anyway, I'm Not Even Star. Catch me on Twitter and Twitch. And good night, everybody. Bye.